Here we go.
You really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Hey, motherfucker. What do you like to do?
Oh, I don't know. Play chess. Screw.
Well, let's play chess.
They give off to Jonathan Taylor. Jump cutting his way. Close to the goal line. He's in there. Touchdown. I-N-D-Y. Jonathan Taylor.
Wheeler finds Quan from the logo.
Here's Halliburton into the front court. Mishandled it, but gets a shot. Hits it. Hits it.
John, I have never been better to be on the air with you here in Indianapolis, a place where so many of my dreams have come true.
The Ride with JMV on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
All right, the open right there, I don't know if I've ever realized it or paid that much attention. There's that Fever game call that says Wheeler to Clark from the logo. I always, and this is why we always, for the most part, we always get the lyrics wrong. Some of our favorite songs have the lyrics in our head. What we come up with are completely different than what the artist or the songwriter put on the script and then put those words into music. I thought, sure, right there it said, Wheeler found porn in Morago. And that's not at all what it says. It's Wheeler to Clark from the logo. I cannot be the only one that has all that, and this has been ongoing for the last year and a half. Wheeler found porn in Morago. And I believe Morago was where St. Mary's was. I thought maybe that was some kind of collegiate call with St. Mary's playing somebody. And they found porn. We're always getting it wrong. That's just the way that we are. It's a rite of passage to get it wrong. I get things wrong here all the time. I may end up getting this Pacer thing wrong. I know every single time somebody, and this is the highest quality of name recognition, made a decision today. And in an effort not to chase championship rings, LeBron James has decided to play this season, quote, taking his talents to Philadelphia and play for the 76ers. I thought the 76ers last year, as they got all the way, they get to the Eastern Conference semifinals, I thought in their efforts, it was more getting there about who they played in round one. Boston crapped out, and then Tatum was re-injured, and then Boston felt compelled to get rid of somebody that either Brad Stevens felt was a little bit more problematic than he was productive, and ultimately wanted to go in a new direction. So Jaylen Brown ends up with Philly. And the Celtics, they end up with Paul George and a new direction. And Philadelphia is going for it right now. So you add LeBron James to that lineup. I'm not going to be silly and suggest at all, if you're talking about a fourth option, for example, on a team being LeBron James, that is pretty damn good. But that is not going to take away, that will not stall my belief in the Pacers. I know that something like that, when LeBron James goes to Philly with that belief, or the reloading in New York, or the growth in Atlanta, maybe learning something in Detroit, whatever Cleveland is going to end up being. And then I guess now, because everybody felt that LeBron James and Anthony Davis somehow, some way would end up in Golden State, that Anthony Davis, who has proclaimed this season he will play 82 games. I will take that bet that he won't. I think anybody out there that has smarts will take that bet that he won't. Now, the landscape of the Eastern Conference has changed, and it has changed competition-wise for the better. But again, this is all a part of being who hopefully the Pacers are going to be able to be. They haven't been good in so long. We had to sit through an entire season, a 19-win season, where I think we also, much like the rest of the basketball world, will conveniently forget about how good this team was and all the things, all the factors that made them a good team. And ultimately, that's going to work out, but it will come down to them. So a lot of people are asking me, so with this now, do you believe the Pacers? I still believe in the Pacers. Why wouldn't I? Like, this has an impact to me on the Sixers. If the Sixers maintain health, good luck with that. Then they certainly will have something going on. I'm not going to dismiss as a basketball person here. Again, LeBron James being a fourth option on the team, I'm assuming he'll be okay with that. Will he want to be like the first or second option, but he's really a fourth option? All this, will it get along? You had Maxey, you had Embiid when he is healthy, and Jaylen Brown, LeBron James, Edgecombe in year number 2, who was really good as a rookie. That starting 5 is pretty significant. But one of the weapons, and hopefully it maintains to be one of the most significant weapons in the NBA, and I mean across the entire NBA. You say what you want, but the Pacers had a weapon that most teams out there found it incredibly difficult to deal with, and that is their pace of play. And the constant pressure, the foot on the gas all the time. I know that we have questions. I know we have questions regarding the implementation of a big. And that big in Southern California played with the Clippers, and he was more, hey, other guys are going to shoot this. Can your big ass go get it? And he did. And he did, and he got good numbers doing that. But here it's going to have to be a little bit more. It's going to have to be more than just being that supporting cast member. If you were looking at Zubats in terms of the Brady Bunch, Zubats in Southern California as a member of the Brady Bunch was, kind of like Sam the Butcher at times. Just kind of showed up and, gave you some good moments, some memorable moments, but he really wasn't that counted upon. But here he's going to be Alice. He's going to be Greg. He's going to be every single episode. There's going to have to be a major focus. Yeah, no, I'm dating myself. I don't care. I have to go to Caleb Zuber, who's spending his first day here in studio. Something a little bit more, I guess, hip to the now. With Caleb Zuber in mind. I do pronounce your last name right. Zuber, right?
You got it correct, man.
Zuber. They call you Big Z back in Ohio.
They would say
Big Z, like Zildrunas Ilgauskas.
That is a good callback to Big Z. A Cavs legend for sure. But
those Cavaliers teams were brutal. I hated watching those teams. Was that Ilgauskas and what's his name? Anderson Varejao and
Boobie Gibson was another one.
Boobie Gibson was on that team. Damon Jones was on that team. He's going to prison now.
He's going to prison.
He went from that team to the prison yard team. They were good, though. They had some good moments there. Boobie Gibson.
They won a lot of games towards the end of LeBron's first stint, but he was dragging a lot of crap.
He was dragging Russian big man Timofey Mozgov. He was on that team, right?
He was on when LeBron came back the first year.
He was a big Russian stiff.
Yes, he was.
Big old Russian stiff. Is that his name, Mozgov?
Timofey Mozgov.
Oh, that's beautiful right there. What do you feel as a fan of the Cavaliers? You grew up a fan of the Cavaliers, right?
I did.
Or are you a fan
from
of
Ohio.
more of the Detroit teams?
My fandom's all over the place,
You were
John.
from Defiance, Ohio.
Bryan, Ohio, which is near Defiance.
Near Defiance.
Yep.
So you grew up in the backyard of Sam Hornish Jr., former Indy 500 champion, and the backyard of the manufacturer of Dum Dum Suckers. That's the backyard. So were you more of a Detroit fan or a Cleveland fan?
Detroit baseball, because I'm a Tigers fan, but yeah, Cleveland Cavaliers fan. It's weird. Some of the stuff was passed down from my dad.
Basketball, why not both the Pistons and the Tigers? That doesn't make sense.
So my dad passed down the Tigers fandom to me.
Okay.
But he left the NBA fandom open to me to choose. He didn't really, at that time, have a strong following. So I was kind of free to choose. LeBron is in the state. I'm a young kid. I was like, that's what I'm going with. But I am a little as still someone who tries to root for him a little bit. I'm a little disappointed, but I also understand the move to Philly.
Yeah. You didn't think he was going to end back in Cleveland, did you?
I thought there was a good chance, John, if I'm being honest. I did. Because
he was complete ring chasing. So what he did is he looked at this, he and Rich Paul, and said, this is your best opportunity. They like that roster the best.
And I wonder how much, if maybe James Harden wasn't on the team, if maybe LeBron does end up back in Cleveland.
I called him the fourth option. He may, at some point, quite often view himself better than the fourth option. Is that a team? Because these guys seemingly are injured all the time. Maybe he becomes more than just the fourth option, which is probably not good. It'd be detrimental for that team and what you're looking for. But
well, that's what I was wondering from your perspective when it compares to the Pacers. Because when I saw this news today, what I thought was LeBron's. I mean, how many games is he going to play? I know he's been pretty durable for his age, but then Embiid, he's probably going to play 50 games at most, right? So what's their seeding going to be? Are if they match up with the Pacers, Pacers could have home court advantage, depending on how it goes, right? That stuff matters.
I understand his greatness, but I can't also tell you I'm going to sit here and worry too much about a 41-year-old and his impact on a team. I'm not. A lot of people should. I'm not, again, downplaying his significance, how good he has been, and what he can add to the team. But we're talking about all this crap before you see the team. The great thing about the Pacers is you've seen this product, and you've seen what this product can do. And I know, it's different now because Halliburton's coming off an injury. Do you honestly think that he's going to be different? The only thing that concerns me is getting back out there and because of our bullcrap luck around here, somebody becoming compromised due to injury again. That's the only thing that concerns me. Him coming back and being himself again would be the least of my concerns. I don't care about coming back from an injury. I don't care about shingles or any of this crap or any of this nerdery you guys throw at me. Well, he just got married and now his thoughts, okay. As I've said before, he is perfect for this market. He gets it. And to get it, you understand where you are in the hierarchy of this group. You are the leader. And you lead by example. And to make everybody else better, that is your gig 24/7, 365. I trust it. I also trust that this is not something that everybody is going to see. Or everybody is going to understand. I'm not asking you to reach for something that's invisible or something I'm making up. But when intangibles are described, the Pacers with this group, they stuff the stat box. It is a group that is predicated on being made better, to be dragged to a higher level by their leader. He is different. He is a different elite level player in the NBA. You don't see a lot of that. If you do see that, most of the time, people don't view that as a marketable visual. It is fantastic. And again, my belief is it can be superior. So while I'm not downplaying at all, you're going to Philly. They got into it. Last year, you're probably right about James Harden. That automatically takes Cleveland out of anything right there.
That's what I'm saying,
which is pretty hilarious. I may stand alone on this. I don't think J.B. Bickerstaff can coach his way out of a sack. So I don't think, even as a 1 seed last year, I thought it was more representative of how they almost folded against Orlando, and then shortly thereafter, folded. I don't buy him. Yeah, the regular season, the long haul, they have talent. But I've never been I liked his dad. I thought his dad was a better coach. I think Bernie was a better coach than the son. I've just never been a big fan of his coaching ability.
Well, I think when you look at the Pistons, John, and if I can jump in here on this.
I think you should.
I think they're the team that is most likely to take a step back next year by far. I mean, it feels
Most
like
of the people are saying that the Pacers will not get to the level in which, like, nerds like me here believe they can get to. That's most people.
Right. But I would say, like, the Pistons would be the team that would drop back the most, and the Pacers would be the team that obviously jumps up the most just due to injuries and stuff like that we've chronicled on this station for the past year now. But I do think, like, the Pistons have not gotten better, but there are, if this Kawhi trade goes through with the Raptors, or, obviously the Sixers have gotten a little bit better. Like, there are teams that have gotten better, but I still agree with you. Like, the Pacers are right in the thick of this thing. Nothing that happened today changes that. Nothing that happened in the last 2 months changes that.
That is Caleb Zuber. You see him right here. I want to call you Zuber, but it's Zuver. Caleb Zuber.
There's a lot of people who do the B instead of the V. When you're, like, over the phone and you're having to, like, spell your name for something.
V as in Victor.
That's exactly what my dad taught me to say right there.
Well, my last name is Gliva. And you're going to say, well, you don't use your real. Well, Mark Patrick tagged me with this name 26 years ago. And let's just face it, Mark Patrick, who Mark Patrick was and still is, when he says this is going to be your name and I'm just starting out, that's going to be my name. Like, if I rename Caleb, he would probably roll with that too.
I would. I mean,
my name, John Michael Vincent, was created by Mark Patrick and Conrad Brunner as well, but that's basically my name now. But I do the same thing, the spelling Gliva. I've got to spell that out. Nobody can pronounce that stuff, especially in Southern. Imagine Southern Indiana trying to pronounce that right. Every time I got announced in any hillbilly lineup, wherever I played in youth athletics, none of these jacksticks ever got it right. Never. Never.
That is always the best. Your friends are laughing.
Look at it as glide, as in glide. Gle. Where's gle? How do you get gle out of that?
Sound it out.
You redneck. Every time we went anywhere in Greene County, anywhere in Lawrence, which it would figure, anywhere in Lawrence County, I'd go all these Babe Ruth trips. We'd play in Princeton. We'd play in Newburgh. And then they would announce you, and you'd, like, run out on the baseline, right? The Greene County All-Star team. And catcher! And they would just completely butcher the last name. Did you get yours butchered all the time?
Yeah, a few times. That's
easy, though. It's just hard for me to pronounce for whatever reason.
No, you got it, man. You're good.
Good, buddy. That's Caleb Zuver over there. Feel free to yak at him. He enjoys that.
I do.
All right, LeBron James going to the Sixers. Obi Toppin is going to be the pace car driver for the Brickyard 400. That's outstanding. One would think that it would be a great moment to put Obi Toppin on the show. Alas, I will not hold my breath, and not because of Obi, by the way. I will not hold my breath. But we love Obi Toppin. Brickyard 400 pace car driver. I will say this. From what I have witnessed in the past, it seems like over on the west side where I was yesterday in Speedway, that there is just a little bit more enthusiasm going on than what we have witnessed. I'm not saying that to say it. I mean, hell, Sunday, I'm not going to be out there. I'm going to be at Paradise Day Watson. You know that to be true. Now, I'll be out there tomorrow. But there looks to be a little bit more enthusiasm than usual. There does. IU and Butler in back-to-back exhibition games. So the Hoosiers, for the first time since, November of 93? Will play basketball inside Hinkle Fieldhouse. And not that TBT thing. But IU and Butler exhibition games. I believe that first one is coming up on October the 11th. So that is good. IU continues its role. Jeff Rabjohns will join us coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll talk about IU and the Hoosiers on the road in South America. Doing up big time the Virgin Islands after what they did to Peru. I believe they have Chile, and we'll talk to Jeff about how they've looked. We'll talk to Jeff about the football team because we're about ready to see this team defend its national championship. And I stand by what I said yesterday And if you listen to the show, Dan Wetzel of ESPN.com, he disagreed. I think that you look at IU's football program and everything that everybody on the college football landscape is pissing and moaning about right now is in direct relation with what IU has accomplished in the past 2 years and especially last year. All of it. All of it. It is a direct response. I love it. I got a little pushback on that yesterday. I can't lie. I go back to, where was I? Oh, it was Baba, who's a good listener, and I appreciate that. He says, hey, JMV, it's hypocritical. IU fans bemoan Kentucky basketball for, quote, buying players for decades. Now they're doing the exact same thing. This whole NIL thing sucks. Listen, the rules are you can do that now. The rules were you couldn't do that back then. They were playing within the rules. And when they didn't play within, like, Kelvin Sampson made 9 million text messages and sent them to players. Got busted for it. He got fired for it. They got reprimanded for it. Now, that's Wednesday. Doesn't matter anymore. Why? Because the rules, the landscape, as I mentioned, it is different. You are playing by the rules. Take advantage of those rules. And I would also argue that you do not get, especially this quickly, from doormat to national champion without being the best at taking advantage of it. And it is also beyond the monetary value. Because you can have the most pocket money. You can find all that change in your couch and bring in all these players. But if these players don't mold together, don't mesh, don't get along, it is problematic. That is, I think, what Curt Cignetti does as well as anything. He's like the president or the CEO of that program. He oversees. He may not have a lot of dialogue with every single player. He probably talks a lot to the quarterback and a lot to his coordinators. He delegates authority. And those that have stayed around because both coordinators are still here, that is of incredible high value. And one of the reasons why they won a title a year ago. But while it is great to have a buttload of money, you also have to select the right players for the fit and the program for the long haul. That, to me, most of the time gets sidestepped because most often somebody says, well, look, they have a lot of money and, you know, they're tapping the checkbook of Mark Cuban and it's easy. And I used to gripe and complain about everything, and now everything has changed. I just want to go with the flow of sports. And I will say this, hellaciously awesome that season they had last year. People around here needed a little energizing at that level of winning. Great to see. Get back to that coming up in a minute. I did want to mention, too, Jeff Matthews, our friends at Speedway City Garage. I'm rocking the shirt today. This is an outstanding shirt. I had such a great time yesterday over on Main Street at Speedway City Garage. And we absolutely have to do that again. I saw so many of you out there. Thank you very much for being a part of it. And again, Jeff and the gang at Speedway City Garage. It is great. If you have time, stop over. If you have time, slide by. Because it is absolutely worth it. Just an awesome time. Absolute awesome time. And hopefully we're going to be back. I'm going to go there tomorrow morning because I've got to go over with Tyler Reddick tomorrow. Toyota Camry. 5-time winner, I think, this season. Tyler Reddick. I know we won the Daytona 500. 5-time winner. Is that a good season? His season's going to get even better because he's going to hang out with me and we're going to drink some Outlaw Light Lager beers tomorrow. I'm going to get some for Paradise Day Watson. I think a 30-pack's like, what, $17, something like that? Hell yeah. Jump on board with that price tag. That's me and Tyler Reddick And Outlaw Light coming up tomorrow morning, Kroger, Crawfordsville Road in Speedway, 7 until 11. Yeah, make sure you guys are out there. Shout out to my good friend Henry who showed up, 10-year-old Henry, big-time fan of the show, he and the family. Doug Bowles, Speedway president, hung out for an hour, brought the entire family, wife Beth, parents, awesome. It was just a great day to be had yesterday on Main Street and Speedway. And the Speedway City Garage is incredibly choice. Check it out. And if you go on there, tell Jeff or Terre Haute we said hello. And maybe I'll see you in there tomorrow before 9 a.m. on my way down to that Kroger location, too, with Tyler Reddick. Great time. All right, quick break. We'll come back. Big League Barbers. The re-grand opening is tomorrow. Don't forget about that. The official haircut of the JMV Takeover. Noblesville, they have great deals on haircuts. BigLeagueIndy.com to get your appointment, or you can go ahead and walk in. A great experience with Lindsay and Heather and Jeff. But you're going to save. You're going to get a chance at prizes. They have food. It is the grand reopening tomorrow of the Noblesville location. Of course, in Noblesville. Monday Drive. That is coming up tomorrow. The grand reopening, Big League Barbers in Noblesville. Make sure you tell Jeff and the gang that I sent you up there as well. The official haircut of the JMV Takeover. Garth Brooks tickets we'll give away a little bit later on. I mentioned Jeff Rabjohns on the show coming up. Pat Sullivan of Sullivan Hardware and Garden. He is also on the show. But there's going to be a celebration of 30 years of the Mick. And Joe Bronkel, a friend of the show, Center Grove AD, is going to join us on the other side to talk about that and a lot of other stuff that maybe you're not privy to as we're ready to embark on another calendar sports campaign in high school athletics. Joe's going to join us coming up on the other side. Don't go anywhere. We got weather coming up too, I believe. Do we know this to be true? This is one thing you have to know.
I
new
know.
wrinkle, Caleb.
I know.
Weather slides in right here. I'm really late, but around the 20 break. If you have it, that's okay. Normally we go bed underneath the weather forecast. That most of the time is courtesy of Fox 59. If you don't have it, we'll roll it coming up in the next break. You want to do it that way?
Let's just do the next break, and we're going to never make this mistake again.
He's
How about
never
that?
making that mistake again. Not like me. I prolong the activity. We'll get you weather updated coming up at about 20. Joe's going to join us coming up on the other side. Don't go anywhere. A busy Friday. Let's get into this weekend, right, and celebrate in style with 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Hey, let's get this started now. If you are ready, and I mean ready to get back to where you once were, you want to feel that way again, look that way again, be healthy like that again, as a lot of them say, and I don't say check the boxes, but you can check the boxes right here with Thomas and Samantha and Lauren. Yeah, check those boxes at Premier Weight Loss, the 2 Indy area locations to serve you as well. PWLindy.com, 317-643-4444 on the north side of Indy and 317-567-9100 in Fishers. Did you know that you can do this virtually? You don't have to go in there every single time. You can get great deals on the virtual treatment you're going to get at Premier Weight Loss right now, too. And what they are going to do, either live right there to your face or virtually, they're going to put you on a goal-oriented path to reach those weight levels in which you want, to lose that weight that you're looking to lose, to get back to being you once again. That's Premier Weight Loss. Ask them about their virtual deals right now because it is outstanding what you can save, in this case, to start your very own weight loss journey. 317-643-4444. That is Premier Weight Loss. Also, ask them about the electronic toning, the Botox, the skin tightening. That's the cosmetic treatment that they offer at Premier Weight Loss. Tell them I sent you today. That's PWLindy.com. Hey, John for Connecticut Water Systems. If they can turn my home, its water, into elite level, imagine what they can do for you. I was trying to think about my water. I was just short of like going with one of those buckets and letting it go down on the well and filling it up and then crank it. That's how I live on a well, and that's basically how bad my water was until it was Connecticut Water Systems and Joe. They came out, gave me that no-cost test, and then fired up a system specific to me. No generic equipment, specific equipment from Connecticut Water Systems for me. That's exactly what Joe and the gang will do for you. Connecticut Water Systems, great deals to get started having the best water possible. You can do that today. Sign up and get them out to your home and tell them I sent you. That's Connecticut.com.
The Ride with JMV.
Oh, you got jokes to go along with that ugly jump shot of yours, huh?
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Caleb Zuber is in today for James. Caleb's going to give you a chance to win Garth Brooks tickets coming up a little bit later on. Be ready for that. IU Butler exhibition games. They go Hinkle coming up in October, back to Bloomington coming up next year. The IU football program. I do want to get back into that yesterday. I did not have a chance to read a lot of those after I had that conversation with Dan Wetzel, most of which disagreed with my assessment of it. That's cool. Jump back to that coming up in a minute. I may, as I sit here before you right now, I may offer you this break, this rest. It's a rest area. Just outside of Plainfield, there's a rest. This is a rest area where we don't have to discuss those that continuously piss and moan about the fever. What do you guys think? Because they're going into All-Star Weekend. Is it okay to put that on the back burner? The 7 technicals, everybody getting all over the coach. Nobody really knowing what they're talking about. The transformation of nerds into all of a sudden John Wooden Jr.'s, which is just beyond weird to me. All these dorks now, hey, now I know basketball. Okay, sure you do. You guys want to take a break from that? I'll give you that option. Meantime, on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, luckily he gives us an option often to utilize his gymnasiums. He's the athletic director at Center Grove. He is a big-time listener to this show and to this station. We have seen him before. Joe Roncella joins us on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Hello, Joe. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. Did you send somebody down to sweep that West Gym for me yet today, buddy? Have we done that?
Yeah, we ran the little Zamboni machine, and then we stuck a dust mop out for you. We don't want you getting hurt.
Do you ever get tired of me complaining about that? Is it okay?
No, I'm used to those type of things.
No, I know. Yeah, listen, I and I should recognize that because I have a bit of a background in understanding the relationship that goes on with educators and administrators and those that are out there. I should probably take it a little bit more easy. Yet I feel compelled just to kind of joke around about it. So I hope you're okay with it.
Oh, yeah, because especially I go back and watch the huddle film from when you play. It's awesome.
Are we actually being filmed? Is there film of that?
No, there's a camera in there, but I've never turned it on.
Oh, man. Yes.
But I can for the viewers if they want to see it.
Well, we have, and I've got a problem here, Joe, before we get into exactly what we're going to talk about, what we're going to promote here. We have one particular player that is a well-known cherry picker. And it's not even your average cherry picker, and that's somebody that runs to the half court and then, woo, 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 and goes back to the other end after the defensive stop and the board work, but stands down at the other end of the corner while 9 other dudes run the floor and go to the other end. So
yeah, I don't know if that's cherry picking or just not playing defense.
It is like the highest form of cherry picking. I can't stand it. Somebody's going to either have to go on timeout or take a punishment of a suspension or something, because I don't think I can put up with that, Joe. I can't do it.
Totally get it.
I got it. Well, you can check out that video and find out for yourself. You probably have a pretty good idea, the person I'm talking about right now, but you can see for yourself when you have time.
Oh, I guarantee I know who it is, but we'll go on to something else.
So 30 years of the MIC, and you're a part of this project as well as a lot of other administrators and coaches are, past and present of the MIC. When did they approach you about this project?
So back in January, we started talking about how we were going to do some more information out, and we're going to put together a tailgate to celebrate the 30th year. And there's been a lot of collaboration between superintendents and principals and athletic directors to put this production on, as we are all playing everybody. And week one, one MIC game is us and Warren. So what a great time to kick it off with the first football game, because the rest of the MIC will play each other later in the season.
You go back to the North Central Conference back in the day for hoop, and that is a storied conference. Maybe outside of that legend, Joe, has there been a conference, athletically speaking, across the board that has been any better, historically speaking, of the 30 years that the MIC has shown?
None I can think of, with over 300 state championships in the last 30 years through our conference. It's hard to tell. Multiple Miss Basketballs, Mr. Basketballs, Mr. Baseballs, all kinds of things going on in our conference.
Is it something you guys kind of have to keep up what do they say? The old school reference is, keeping up with the Joneses, I believe. So that means looking at everybody around you or your neighbors and trying to make sure you stay, up with them, or your house, your yard looks as good as theirs. Is it the same thing in terms of both athletics and academics at Center Grove when you look around at the landscape and the MIC and also want to make sure that nobody's lagging behind and you're staying right with them in this case?
Yeah, I think we collaborate a lot on our building projects and the quarter our athletic facilities. And when you have successful programs, a lot of fans come. So you want to make an atmosphere that's appealing plus safe and be able to handle the number of people that come into our events. And, we all work together and you do see us have similar pieces, but then you also see us have some better at this area, better that area, depending on what is our strength.
So the whole band of the MIC is back together again now, right? Is that correct? Everybody's good. Correct. Everybody's scheduled. Yep. We're all back to normalcy again, right?
Yep. Everyone is on everybody's schedule beginning this coming fall.
We knew. I think everybody out there is privy to some of the wrinkles and issues that went on. How difficult was all of that to iron out, get past, and then move on and get back together again?
So when I got to Center Grove, I was in 2022, and I had worked with some of the athletic directors from the other schools. And when I came in, I got to know some of those, and what a great band of athletic departments. And I do know there's some commonalities between the principals and superintendents, but sitting down and having conversations and looking out the best way to move forward for our kids and community was number one in all of our priorities. And I think that's what won out.
Now, so that was just tossed in your direction when you took over. Thank you very much. Let me deal with this right now. That's great.
Yeah, that was very unique in fall of 22. And then we got to those football schedules in 23. Got a little fun.
Yeah, and Eric's got playing teams in New York or whatever, and that was all kind of thrown in your lap right there.
Yeah, it was an exciting time to see some of those different opponents, but nothing's better than the normalcy of Indiana teams and being able to play the best in Indiana. So that's what we're back to, and it's awesome.
Joe Bronkella is the Center Grove Athletic Director, part of the MIC as well. They're going to celebrate 30 years with a project coming up. We'll talk to him about that even more so. It's interesting, Joe. How old are you? Are we the same age?
I actually turned 48 tomorrow.
48?
Yes.
Well, you're like 8 years younger than me, man. A lot younger. It's funny. I don't know if you're of this era too, but I come from the era where our athletic directors were known for making sure buses were able to take teams to their locations and that the official showed up. That was basically what we knew their job to be back then. So you can speak to this with this new era of administrator, athletically speaking, the athletic director. It is so much more than just that and then some right now. It's not even – to me, it's unimaginable than the way that it was, for example, back in the mid-'80s.
Oh, there are so many things that people don't even imagine, from lining and mowing grass to cleaning areas to I had to work on the scoreboard for about an hour today to try and make sure it's working properly. And that's nothing compared to when the season starts.
Well, at least you finally got the goals down in the Vandy. That was outstanding. Were you the guy that did that?
One has been up for a while.
By the way, I love the Vandy. I know everybody gets all nostalgic on the West Gym, and that's fine. I love the Vandy. Love it. That's my favorite of all, easily.
I will say the floor is a lot less slick in Vandy than it is in the West Gym.
It is a lot less. I think it's softer too, buddy. Believe me, if there's somebody that knows soft floors, it is me right here. It is much softer. But you're right. It is immeasurable, really, what your job status entails now compared to what it has in the past. Now, have you seen this project, this 30-year anniversary celebration of it? Have you seen bits and pieces of it yet?
Yeah, and I've seen some of the media campaigns and some of the commercials. They're top notch. The group that's putting that together has done an excellent job.
Do you have is there a part of it that, and I know that this has been embargoed, and I think we're okay to talk about it to this point. Is there a most interesting part that you have in this that you can think of?
No, I mean, I just liked the collaboration that we put together, and there's a little bit of each school a part of it. It's really all I can say, and it's really exciting. I mean, it kind of gives you chills when you watch it.
Yeah, it's cool, and I'll let everybody know when it is officially unleashed. But it is cool, and I think the more that we can do, I like, to me, just for example, what I brought up is, bus schedules and making sure the referees are there. There is so much more that goes into it, and I love that. And I like also seeing the behind the scenes stuff of the good times and the bad times, because it's not always good.
No, absolutely not. But the good times really are what people think about, other than sometimes the bad times. But what we remember the best is the good.
It's Joe Bronkella. Again, he's the Center Grove Athletic Director. I'll have more on this 30 years of the MIC in celebration, and I'm sure days and weeks to come. All right, so what's the athletic schedule look like this season? You got everything ironed out? Everything good to go?
Yeah, the fall is completed. There's a couple more things to do in the winter, and then the spring, just got to balance some things out. We hadn't had a traditional MIC conference schedule in the spring. So like baseball has two times we play each other. So I've got to kind of revamp that, and I'm working through it right now.
Wow. That's cool. I know it's a lot of work for you, but it is incredibly cool. Hey, by the way, too, you hired a new varsity basketball coach as well after this season. So directionally speaking, I mean, you had one dude that's been there forever and will be there forever coaching the football program and probably the girls championship basketball program as well. But you've got some new ground to cover with your varsity boys coach.
Absolutely. And he's already done a great job from the get-go coming in this summer, and he hit the ground running. And that guy's in there about as many hours as I am already.
Yeah. Now he looks a lot younger and is a lot younger than both of us.
Yeah, I don't think he's a guy that cherry picked. I'm guaranteeing that he's getting in your face and a good defense.
Hey, when you go through, because you obviously haven't had one with the football program nor the girls basketball program, because both Stuckmeyer and Moore are superb at what they do. We know that to be true. But when you were going through the hiring process and the interview process, is that something that was enjoyable? Did you enjoy talking to everybody and get the background to everybody, and certainly finding out how much value that your program has as viewed within the MIC as what you were being told by those back then potential candidates?
Yeah, I do that. Even though the scheduling is kind of hard, I enjoy doing that, just like I do enjoy working on finding new coaches and hiring coaches. And we had quite a large selection. We had a decent number of people that we brought in and did with the committee, and getting to know all those different experiences and backgrounds gave us a good basis of what direction we want to go with the program. We're very excited with Coach Moorhead, but yes, it was enjoyable talking to all the different people coming from different places to see what would fit best for our program.
Yeah, the celebration of hundreds of championships and awards and 30 years of greatness, and also some bumps in the road of the MIC, and Joe Bronkella is the athletic director of Center Grove, also kind enough to allow us to hoop it up in his fine gymnasiums. But I'm going to tell you what, though. Let me tell you, the sack, that thing, I can't do that. I can't play back-to-back in the sack. That's way too hard. Way too hard.
It's definitely a young man's court.
It is. Hey, if you need anything from me, pal, let me know. But job well done over there. And by the way, if your new head coach ever wants to play a little bit, you know where to find me. You know where to track me down. He can guard the cherry picker.
Absolutely. I'll let him know that. He'll probably give you some direction on some skill, too.
He'll probably be there one time and then never come back is what will happen. So, Joe, man, if you need anything, let me know. Thanks for coming on today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You got it. Joe Bronkella is a good dude. He's also a big-time listener of not just this show, but this station, and we like that a great deal. The Center Grove Athletic Director. And I got more for you. I know Lauren had sent me this a little bit earlier today, but I'll tell you a little bit more when this project, I didn't know how much I could go into because of the embargo and how much I couldn't. But I'll make sure you guys have, especially all the other teams and coaches. By the way, too, any other mixed schools, whether you're the AD or the coach, if you want to get on and talk up this project, please contact us. I'd be glad to have you on here as well. Always. I think it's really cool. Quick break. We'll come back. Don't go anywhere. Garth Brooks tickets and Pat Sullivan in studio top of the hour. This is 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Forecast for tonight, partly cloudy skies, low around 60, mostly sunny Saturday, seasonable highs in the mid to low 80s, a touch muggier. The same can be said for Sunday, highs around 90 and muggy. I'm Fox 59 meteorologist Ethan Rossick for The Fan.
John, for Big Red Liquors, you have 100-plus locations, state of Indiana, one near you. 19 new in and around Indy as well. Great deals coming up this weekend on a Brickyard weekend, a celebration in light beer. And I'm telling you, cost-efficient light beers, Miller Lite, Coors Light, Bud Light, Corona, Modelo. You're going to find them, and they're all going to be at tremendous prices. All for this weekend, too. And if you're throwing a party, never be BYOB host. No, you support it. Support your quality party effort with that stop at Big Red Liquors. Also powers the JMV Takeover every Saturday night on B105.7. To find that location nearest you, that's BigRedLiquors.com.
The Ride with JMV.
Attention, whoever you are, this channel is reserved for emergency calls only.
Lady, do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Tony Romo arrested in Milwaukee. OWI suspicion. Have you seen the mugshot of Romo?
I saw that. Oh, my gosh.
He's smiling. That's like a glamour shot right there.
I don't know, Jim.
Except
he always says that to Jim Nance.
Clearly, he was wearing a hat of some sort, too, right? Because the hair is all up, but he's smiling right there.
Weird.
Gonna get that Joker smile. But that's his mugshot. Tony Romo arrested in Milwaukee on suspicion of OWI. Hey, join me tomorrow, Crawfordsville Road. We're going to be at Kroger with Tyler Reddick. 5 wins of the season, the defending champ of the Daytona 500. Tyler Reddick and me from 9 until noon. Check that. 9 until 11 coming up tomorrow morning. Crawfordsville Road, Kroger. And then Greg Rakestraw and I, about 90 minutes of a little Saturday Brickyard weekend coverage for you. That's noon until 1:30 coming up tomorrow right here on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. All right, get them ready. The questions, the Q&A from you, and somebody's going to win some Yeti. Hashtag Ask Pat. Pat Sullivan in studio is raring to go. Hashtag Ask Pat or 317-239-1070 via text or phones. Questions for Pat Sullivan of Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Next. John here, Moyer Fine Jewelers. That is in Carmel, and Dan Moyer is going to lead the way. If you are a lover of watches, if you're starting a collection or you already are knee-deep into a fantastic luxury watch collection, let Moyer Fine Jewelers in Carmel. The Midwest's most incredible collection of pre-owned Rolex, along with so many other brands that you're looking for. In fact, 23 of those. So if you're shopping for a luxury watch in the state of Indiana, you have options, but none measure up to Moyer Fine Jewelers in Carmel. The watch store. Heavy-hitting luxury brands like Omega, Breitling, Grand Seiko, Hublot, and boutique brands like Fears, Nevada Grenchen, Chrono Swiss, and, as I mentioned earlier, the Midwest's most impressive selection of pre-owned Rolex, all under one roof. More selection, more expertise, and the guarantee of, just simply put, a better buying experience with Dan Moyer and Moyer Fine Jewelers in Carmel. 146th Street. That's MoyerFineJewelers.com, MoyerFineJewelers.com.
The Ride with JMV.
Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight. You guys have it, I think. Afternoon delight.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Caleb Zuver is over there. Now, Caleb, an awesome re-entry right there. If he would have bounced back with Afternoon Delight, that would have been clutch.
Live and learn, I guess.
Yes.
That's a tough break for me.
You're incredibly young, and you may not understand. If you were to bounce back with Afternoon Delight there and not Dance in the Dark by Springsteen, that probably would have had more of an effect. However, again, we're talking about the older generation of folks out there that also get it. So, much like I've just got to get all grown up. We just got to get to teaching you a little bit about the old school stuff.
It's one of the things I'm looking forward to with working with you, John. You're going to educate me a little bit.
You've been coming out to Paradise Day Watson, learning from the musical content we offer there. Look who's in studio right here. Pat Sullivan, Sullivan Hardware and Garden.
Hey,
that
John.
is the Home and Garden Show. Saturday mornings, 9 until 1, 93 WIBC. How we doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Just got back from Atlanta. Looking at the patio furniture show. Got to book your
really?
furniture
they
for
got a new
27.
What are they? Is everything patio furniture wise? Does it have like phone charging ports and they got all this new technology that's been implemented into what used to be wicker? I remember back, my mom at our pool, we had like redwood furniture.
Oh yeah,
that just had the old, like, Price is Right 70s looking cushions on top of
Sure.
them. Yeah.
It's not like that anymore.
They're not like that anymore at all, huh?
Nope.
Yeah.
There's a lot of poly, a lot of companies making poly, like, the Berlin Garden stuff that we carry. And I'm not so sure about that. You know the problem with that stuff? Never wears out.
No, that's great. Yeah.
No, it's not if you're
it's not
selling.
great for you.
No,
yeah.
I need to cycle these things.
You got to recycle and get somebody back in there for some more product right there. What was the most interesting thing you saw in Atlanta?
It was I just kind of wandering around. I can't say that there's any one product that I looked at and go, wow. Except for I did see, like, they're starting to make sofas even wider. And I don't know if that's just for the American market or not. Because
really?
European sofas are, in a European sofa, we call a 2.5 because it is not as long as what we consider a sofa for our country. So
now theirs
they call
come with
sofas.
Ashtrays, right? Because they all smoke.
Well,
and that's how they stay skinny, because they smoke cigarettes nonstop.
Maybe that's the reason.
That's very true.
Maybe we need to all start smoking.
Mm. They all stay skinny because they just don't eat, like Nickelback.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's a lot of great, you saw the memes, soccer fans going back to their own country, showing their ID. What? I was in America for 2 weeks. I picked up 40 pounds.
Yeah. So, maybe that's the reason why you have to fortify the furniture.
That's right. Here's something you might be interested in.
I'm ready.
Right now, this is for Washington Township, Avon, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
They are auctioning off a fire truck. So if you've ever wanted to own your own fire truck, or you're looking for a great gift for a retired firefighter, right now, Washington Township, Avon Fire Department, Avon, Indiana, currently auctioning off a 2005 E1 Spartan engine pumper. And currently the bid is at $4,500.
Wow.
Being auctioned off at municibid.com. That's my public service.
And you can.
What would you do with it? It'd be kind of cool.
You and the family, you can have the family. They can sit backwards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just look backwards.
It looks like it's in pretty good shape. Said it still runs, still pumps.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What year was it again?
2005.
Oh, that's not that long ago.
No.
How many miles are on that thing?
I don't know.
Huh.
I mean,
The pumper.
I mean, they take them out a lot to go to dinner, but,
Man, I didn't know you looked that stuff up.
Well, I try to bring something to your show, John.
I appreciate
Just
that.
a little something.
More than you know. Hashtag Ask Pat. Questions if you want to get in at hashtag Ask Pat. That is on the text line at 317-239-1070. Or if you want to phone in, that is spectacular. Caleb will be the first voice that you hear at 239-1070. And that is a question. Hashtag Ask Pat. Sullivan Hardware and Garden.
Does Caleb know Fulton yet?
Well, he's getting to know Fulton.
Come on, Pat. I know Fulton.
I think everybody knows Fulton.
Come on now.
Like Fulton calls Dave Smiley. The Smiley Morning Show. Yeah.
Actually, he put me on hold when he was talking to Smiley.
Yeah, that's
thanks.
incredible. Yeah, I'm going to put you on hold while I'm talking to Dave Smiley. That is incredibly true, though.
No, he's got a couple softball games tomorrow. I've already talked to him today.
I've heard that, too.
Yep, he worked today. His food was a little late getting out of the kitchen. Not happy. So
sometimes that's the way that it is.
I got an irritated Fulton.
I wanted to ask you this before we get started with these barrage of texts and calls for you right here. The things are incredibly dry right now. It seems.
They are.
Now some spots maybe not as much.
That's the weird thing when you're on you make that claim.
It hasn't rained in my house in forever.
I know. Indianapolis in particular is pretty dry, but as soon as you say that, it's like, hey, we got 2 inches last week because these little tiny cells just get over the top and let loose. But you're right.
I got nothing. It is dry as hell.
Yep. So your lawn you want to water deeply. So if you would, for some reason, if you have brand new plants, brand new lawnscape, or trying to grow grass seed, then you want to water more than once a week. An established lawn, once a week.
Yeah.
Once a week that's enough to keep it alive. That's all it needs. But if you have got nursery stock in and those roots were only the size of the ball of that thing, you really, 2-3 times a week.
Well, see, I have plants, and I think some of them, they gave me, Scott Levy gave me plants that you have to really work hard at killing.
Yeah,
remember Steven Seagal was in that film Hard to Kill? That's my plants are hard to kill.
Okay.
They go, okay, you're a jackass, so we're going to put some plants in here.
But how old are the plants?
They normally, they do it on a year-to-year basis.
Did they they put in new plants every year?
Oh, not every year. If they die, then they put in new ones. Now they come over every year. And it's awesome too. I just turn them loose, and they just do what they feel is right to do.
Do you have shrubs that die every year?
Yeah,
you are a nightmare.
I am a nightmare.
You really are.
I am. It does look good, and all I'm wanting is the curb appeal, right?
Sure.
I'm not a green thumb by any stretch, but the curb appeal is what I'm looking for. Hey, also I have a ton of sweet corn on my front porch, courtesy of Steve Duke. Of the Duke Farms down there.
Nice.
Mike and Steve Duke. Steve dropped off a ton of
awesome.
Early sweet corn. It is outstanding looking, too.
Can't wait.
Before I came to work today, I was taking it all out and getting it all ready.
So how's that going to work with your cottage cheese diet?
It does not work. That is not supposed to be on the list
there. What if you
But I make it for others. On Sundays, we'll make it for others.
Yeah,
so
but
what
about mixing the corn in a little bit with the cottage cheese?
I've told you this. This is how I eat corn on the cob. I boil it, and then I don't need any butter or anything. I go shirtless out on my back deck and eat it like I ravage it, and then throw the cob across out into the back 40.
Do you have any kind of yell like when you do that?
And I'll have pieces that come on. It's like a cartoon. It'll fly. The shrapnel.
Do you go
lands
around or
across?
Chest. Around?
No, I go down. Like a typewriter. Like an old school typewriter.
Back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Like a dot matrix printing something out. Just down.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You're really an interesting person. You ever thought about giving your body to science?
I should.
You should. For sure.
I wonder what part of science, or in this case, what part of my body science would accept. What do you think?
I
think all of it? You think they'd take all of it?
I think they'd be lining up.
I think there are bits and pieces of it. They go, yeah, you know what? This is not really up to standards here. Let's let him keep that.
I think the answer to there's a few cures in your body that they need to know about.
I don't think he's up to standard with a lot of things. Let's let him keep it. All right, you ready to take some calls?
I'm ready.
239-1070. Todd is in McCordsville with Pat Sullivan. Hashtag Ask Pat. Todd, welcome to the show.
Hey, Todd.
Hey, guys. Well, it's not my topic, but speaking to John a little bit here, both guys, but Sweet corn on the grill is absolutely fantastic too.
I don't know how to do that though. I don't know
well,
how
you
to
can
do
cook
it.
it in the husk. You can cook it in the husk. You kind of take the silk off and then kind of fold the husk back. You can put it in foil. It's better on the grill than it is. I know if you get a boil it, you probably put some lemon juice and some sugar in there. But I mean, on the grill, it's absolutely fantastic.
Just put it on there. You caramelize it a little bit. It's really is.
Do you make that into street corn? Do you, Todd? Is that what you're talking about here? Street corn?
Yeah, he's Mexican street corn.
Yeah.
No, it's all bourbon.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That works. Bourbon corn sounds really good right there, pal. It does.
It does sound good. You know, I brought you a bourbon candle.
You bought me a bourbon candle?
Yeah, bourbon
my
candle.
I love candles too, man. Let me tell you.
Smell anything like bourbon?
Seems to me, I live my life like a candle
in the wind. Yeah.
That smells really good.
It does. That's from a local. That's Penn and Beach. They are a local company.
Shout out to Penn and Beach. That's PENN and BEECH.
The other one I brought you is called Dad's Den, and I didn't know if it smelled like socks or.
Todd, let me see what Dad's Den smells like before we get to the remainder of your call right here. Dad's Den.
You mentioned bourbon, just kind of.
Oh yeah, that's a good smell right there. That sounds like it. This smells like a little bit like it's trying to be on the very early stages, infant stages of Drakkar right here. That's Dad's Den. It's like
stale.
It's like back in the day when people sprayed Drakkar and like just sprayed themselves down with it, and you knew they were coming like a mile before they got there. This is like the very infant stages of Drakkar smell. I like it.
There you go.
Todd, continue, pal.
Yep.
Well, and staying in flow real quickly, my go-to sweet corn is my dad's from Tipton, Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to them.
That is very, very, very popular up on our side of town.
So here's my question.
Yes.
I got two scent hounds. I got a basset hound and a beagle. They're absolutely killing my grass. Well, it kind of goes both ways. I've either got dead spots or I got spots that's 4 inches tall because of the variety of extractions they may perform. I've even had the vet give me some supplements. The thing that bothers me is the dead grass, okay?
Right.
I've had the vet even give me some supplements to supposedly help with that. I've got an irrigation system, a sprinkler system. I mean, I cannot stay up to pace with the dead grass spots. There's a bunch of patch stuff out there. I don't even know.
So what your vet was giving you was something to change the pH of the urine to keep the urine from burning the grass. But more than likely, what you more have is dogs are they're running a path back and forth and tearing up that grass. And really, unless you can let that turf rest a little bit like they do, in some of the dog parks and stuff, where where they section off and give it a week here, and then reopen that side. I'm not sure you're going to have much.
Did you say burning sensation while urinating or after? Burning the ground or the grass. Oh, okay.
Burning the grass.
Well,
because I recollect a burning sensation while urinating.
I've had that as well. Yeah,
I do know that.
Yeah.
They're both scent hounds, and so if you know how scent hounds work, I mean they're it's their noses to the tundra, and they're looking for smells that are worked into do business. So you say I'm going to lose.
Yeah, I mean, I used to tell everyone to tape the dog's legs together, but then people got mad and stuff.
You don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
PETA's going to be all over you for that.
Oh, man. I used to tell people when they would email, said, hey, that was Dick Crumb. So
well done. Hey, Todd, have a great weekend, pal. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, guys.
Todd in McCordsville at #AskPat and 239-1070. Here is a text line message at that same number right here. I just got, here it is, #AskPat. There are many variants of Roundup. Can you give a Cliff Note version on each one and its usefulness?
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. The white bottle, which is the original Roundup, that is the most useful as far as clearing out. There's no soil activity, so it'll kill what's there, but it doesn't keep you from planting seeds right behind it, say, I think they say a week or so. So, and then there's a middle one that is, I believe, the gold bottle. And what that is a product that allows you to use it, and it will prevent regrowth for 3 to 4 months. But and the nice thing about that one is you can use it underneath existing trees and shrubs. Then there's the killer product that is Roundup 365. That one would be more for grass, fence lines. What you don't want to do with that product is you don't want to use it around the field of roots to desirable shrubs, trees, plants, all that stuff, because you could damage it. So there you go. White bottle, bronze bottle, 365.
JMV, I don't think science is looking for any tool bags. Duly noted right there. Hashtag Ask Pat. Tell Pat that his grandson Nelson is playing on the travel baseball team I'm coaching.
Woo!
True story right there.
Nelson.
Yes. Well done, Derek. Thank you. Hashtag Ask Pat. Would he have any interest in supporting Beat Baseball? I believe that is our good friend. I think you've done that before, right? Yeah.
Beat Baseball.
Beat Baseball.
Be glad
with
to.
Darnell Broad Ripple right there.
Be glad to.
Always doing great stuff is Pat Sullivan. Is it too late to treat red thread? Hashtag Ask Pat. Did I just walk into something that's not real, or is that real?
No, it's similar to burning.
Okay.
The red thread is a common lawn fungus. So is it too late? It's not really too late, but you have to remember when you get into September with the cool temperatures, it's going to kind of go away on its own. More importantly, instead of treating right now, and you could if you want, it's good for the economy. But the most to do is to put in your calendar end of May to put lawn fungicide on, because lawn fungicides are protectives, not killers. So once you have it and once you're so close to fall, not really that interested in treating it.
Hashtag Ask Pat from Nick Walters. Ask Pat if he's looked into purchasing the old McCammon's Irish Market in Brownsburg.
Yeah, they called me a few times on that. I got my hands full.
Hands full, he says right here.
Thank you very much.
Understandable. Gritty asked this, hashtag Ask Pat. I have lavender planted that is never flowered. Did I buy the wrong variety, or is it weather related? The issue.
The key to success in lavender is it needs to be planted in mounds. So you have to mound it up because it does not like wet feet. So if it's sitting flat where it's getting water, probably is the issue. So mound it up. And you could even in the fall, you could dig it up, make a little mound, and get it a little higher and see what happens.
It's Pat Sullivan, Sullivan Hardware and Garden, the Home and Garden Show tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. on 93 WIBC. Caleb, is Jake still with us?
He should be.
Jake Query is live on this afternoon from Query and Company. He is the midday host extraordinaire, live on location with us this afternoon. Jake, where are you?
I'll tell you what, we are at Shuey's Appliance, which is right up on 96th Street, right next to Arnie's. And, John, this place is awesome. Let me tell you why. You and I love Indiana.
Yes.
We love people from Indiana. We love families from Indiana. You're talking about a family-owned business now, third-generation Shuey's, and the very best of appliances, whether you're talking about inside the home, whether you're talking about your kitchen, whether you're talking about a wet bar. And, of course, what we're doing, John, is we're making pizzas. We're making pizzas because it only takes 2 minutes in the new brick oven style that you can make your pizzas right there in your home in under 2 minutes here at Shuey's. We're doing that. And we're giving away tickets for, wait for it, the Brick Yard 400. So tickets to give away between now and 6 o'clock. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, and on Saturdays from 9 until 3. But I love it. They're great folks. Been sitting here talking to them. They started out. Grandpa started it all for them back in the Brazil, Greencastle area, an area you know well, John, and now right here on the north side of Indianapolis. So great to have them in the area, great to have them helping out everybody's house, and look forward to seeing everybody today until 6 o'clock and doing a drawing for tickets to the Brickyard.
All right, we'll talk to you again a little bit later on, Jake. We appreciate you dropping in, man. We'll send people your direction.
All right, John, sounds good. Appreciate it.
It's Jake Query of Curry and Company this afternoon out and about.
I hired Jake.
You did?
Yeah.
How long did he work
IBC. There? I hired him as a sports director, and then he moved right up.
Yeah.
Took over.
Because he started doing the mornings.
Started doing mornings, and then,
Fantastic job.
That's how we do in radio.
What he does.
I was subbing in for Pidge, and they just gave me a different sports guy each day, Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And then they call me and say, well, which one do you think? I said, Jake's kind of the guy.
Yeah. He gets it done. There's no doubt about that. We'll send it back out with him coming up. a little bit later on as well. Brickyard 400 weekend. As I mentioned, tomorrow I'll be at Kroger, Crawfordsville Road from 9 until 11 with Tyler Reddick. 5 wins on the season, one of those being the Daytona 500. Tyler Reddick and me tomorrow with Outlaw Light Lager. And it is a good deal and a good price. So join us. You can get autographed pictures and even,
I did hear that price.
And maybe even ask Tyler Reddick for
Was
one.
it really
too.
$17 a case?
I think it's pretty cheap, yeah. 17? I want to say 17 for a case, something like that. I believe that was it.
Yeah, what the hell?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Let's Paradise Day Watson. Are you going to come out sometime to Paradise Day Watson? Would you come out on a Sunday?
Yeah, I might.
Yeah. I figure you would.
Yeah.
Have a good time. Fulton is in Cicero up next at 239-1070. Hashtag Ask Pat, buddy. How are you, Fulton?
Hello, John.
Hello,
Pat.
Fulton.
Hey, Fulton.
So I've got some problem with my ant problem going on today.
Got problems with what?
I got ant problems coming up today.
Oh, ant problems. Hey, did you get rid of the cat puke?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, because that would cause ant problems right there.
Yeah.
So with your ant problems, Fulton, are they in the kitchen or in your bedroom?
They're in my bedroom.
I
I've been
thought so.
cleaning all day today.
Okay.
Before I got back home.
Hey, when you got that food from work, where did you eat that food at? Did you eat in your bed?
No, I ate it at my work.
Okay, that's good. So you want to get a little trap, just a ant trap. They're easy to use. You just peel them back. And the ants will swarm them. It might scare you to see how many ants are actually there. All right.
Okay.
So just look for a little liquid ant trap. You don't spray anything. You just put them down. You got to make sure. You got to watch the dogs, keep the dogs away from them and stuff. But that's the way to do it, brother.
Okay, yep. And I just sent you guys a picture of my new red and black cleats for tomorrow.
Your new what?
My new softball cleats I have.
Oh, softball cleats. You got 2 games tomorrow, don't you?
I sure do, in the morning.
Don't go spiking anybody on that slide into second, okay, Fulton?
I'm not going to spike anybody, John. I am not going to.
I don't think I've ever heard him all jazzed up like
he got
that.
all jazzed up, didn't he? He's fired up for the game. All right, buddy. Have a great weekend.
I will. See you Saturday.
All right, talk to you tomorrow.
Fulton from Cicero with hashtag Ask Pat.
He's
right
a good
there.
dude.
He is a good dude. Penn and Beach, right here.
Yeah, Penn and Beach,
in
local
Central
company.
Indiana.
Yes,
correct?
sir. Yep. They actually, it's a kind of, they have an experience thing. You go out and make your own candles and things.
And these are incredibly cheaper than Yankee Candle, for example, right?
It could be. Yeah.
I mean, cheaper price tag, but smells just
Smells,
as good.
yeah. It's really
That's what
the,
I'm saying.
It's
Just
really
as
the
good.
quality.
Do you,
Nobody wants a
do you have
Yankee.
a favorite? Is it cool for dudes to have a favorite candle scent?
Yeah, that would
It's
be
cool. I mean, it's okay for me to say that. Wait, Caleb, do you have a favorite?
I do
candle
want to
scent?
chime in here. Actually,
Please do.
Like when it gets to the fall, John. I'm sorry. When
Don't
there's
say
a
pumpkin
pumpkin,
spice.
a pumpkin candle, it's good.
Pumpkin pie.
What anything pumpkin.
I could
spice pie don't matter.
Pumpkin pie without the crust. I could do that. I could just like rub it off.
I don't
the
think they
crust.
can distinguish in a candle. This is the candle
Yeah.
without the crust. This is the candle
Yeah,
with the crust.
That's true.
So are we still dudes? If we do have a favorite scented candle, are we still dudes considering Caleb today decided to rock with the fall foliage and the pumpkin scented candle?
I would say you're at the line and don't cross it. I just think that you're really right there.
Does it depend on the season? As Caleb just mentioned, your favorite
No,
scent
you,
of candle?
you should not know what your favorite candle
is it okay?
Now, it's okay because Caleb goes anything pumpkin. That's fine. But if
Okay.
he named a brand and the actual name of the pumpkin candle, concerning.
That's the line
Concerning.
right there. You're right.
That's right.
So, if I wanted to rock like clothesline scent in January, is that okay?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Or are you allowed to have a summer scent
Like-
that goes on
well,
past
there's-
Labor
there's
Day? Because that's what happens with all the white. I've been told that I'm not allowed to wear white after Labor Day.
Oh, I know. But then there's, in summer, it's always the freshly cut grass candle.
Right.
That's very popular. Then Christmas is easy because you got a lot of
Anything peppermintish,
yeah,
anything
that's
pine,
right.
anything pine, Christmas tree scenty.
Yes.
Right?
All those.
What are they doing? What's in the
cinnamon.
wintertime? What's the wintertime? Like hot cocoa or?
Yeah, but I mean, I would say the Christmas candles move right through the first quarter. And then you get the early spring candles.
Do you think the candle actually smells like cut grass?
I can hear radios turning off all over the city right now.
Are we not?
You hear it?
Is this not a manly conversation
No,
I'm having right now?
This is not. Just punch me in the face. That'll be better.
I will say this. My favorite scented candle of all time, next to Pen and Beach.
You're starting to get emotional.
I am starting to get emotional. Was, is it something Midsummer Night? Because it was the closest that smelled like a really bad dude cologne. Like I mentioned, it was the closest. It was like a combination of Drakkar, Polo, and Cool
And
Water,
reminded
thrown right together.
you of your
Yeah,
high school days.
It reminded me of my efforts of trying to he and she and getting turned down.
Yeah. Happens.
I always tried to do it. People don't believe it either because I'm so handsome now.
Oh, I know. But you were an ugly little kid. That's what
ugly
I mean.
as hell. Yeah, I never want to get caught up in Ladies' Choice Snowball at the Western Skateland because there was one dude. Yeah, that's why
What is that?
I'm still scarred. You don't know what Ladies' Choice Snowball is? All
No.
right, so here's what happens. All right, so the DJ at Western Skateland, the skating place, plays REO Speedwagon and Keep on Loving You.
Okay.
That's kind of your cue. All the girls go to the wall. No, I'm sorry. All the guys go to the wall, and you stand on the wall, and the girls skate around and reach out for the one they want to skate with.
Oh.
Guess who was always stuck on the wall? And this was like Greene County stuck on the wall. Seriously. I couldn't even get girls in Greene County to grab my hand and want to skate. And I could skate a little bit.
How many dudes were left on the wall?
I had to go play Gallagher with all the other nerds. That is a true story right there.
That's painful.
Gallagher with the other nerds. All right, you guys, tomorrow morning, 93 WIBC.
Yes, sir. 9 o'clock.
Is Denny going to be there?
Denny will be there. Terry will not. She's out at the. Is this the opening week of the fair? No.
No. Not July.
No, you're right. Terry's just
about ready to
gone.
go back to school.
Terry's
back to
just
school
gone.
time is now, though.
That's right.
That's for sure. No, it's about that time, though. You guys, Home and Garden Show, 9 until 1.
9 until 1.
Denny called on Saturday night, and I didn't get to him in time. He hung up and never
great.
called back.
I'm glad.
But I can kind of see now who calls in.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, they have a caller ID for me down there.
That is cool.
So any of you jackasses out there want to get smart, I see who's calling in, and I'll call you back.
And I will haunt you for the rest of your life.
Exactly. All right, Sullivan Hardware
See you,
and
man.
Garden, you guys got great deals going on, too.
Great
Tell them about
deals,
it quickly.
And we just got some Nitos in. I just got the text message, so I don't know how many.
Did you see my gecko video, by the way?
Gecko or net?
Yeah. No, my gecko, the lizard video. Hold on one second here, Caleb. I know we got to run.
This is going to be really good radio.
I know we got to
You're
run.
showing me your
but
phone.
yeah, it was two lizards, and they were trying to he and she on the deck over at the Watsons.
Really?
Right here. Yeah, let's see. Look at him. Look at him.
Oh, wow. That is something. Where was that?
And then, much like me, he chased her off.
I'm glad you held the brake.
Yeah, I think it chased her off. So, yeah. I should have brought that up a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
but
it's very nice.
We'll save that right here.
Little malthion will take care of that.
All right, pal. I appreciate you.
See you, John.
Pat Sullivan,
Thank you.
Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Hashtag Ask Pat. Top of the hour. Jeff Rabjohns, I believe, on location. South America still right with the Indiana Hoosier basketball program. That and the latest with the football team as well coming up with Jeff. Top of the hour. Garth Brooks tickets too. 93.5, 107.5 The Fan.
The Ride with JMV.
I got nowhere else to go.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Here, LeBron James signed with the Philadelphia.
No way.
What's your reaction?
I just pitched him for the Pacers. It didn't get to him fast enough.
Didn't get to him fast enough.
The 76ers, wow. I'm going to go wait for the NBA schedule to come out and make sure I have my tickets reserved for when the 76ers come play the Pacers, because those are always hard to get, but happy for him.
Caitlin Clark regarding the LeBron James decision, the sequel. Actually, this would be like the equivalent, sequel-wise, of LeBron James making basketball change of pace decisions of Jason Takes Manhattan Friday the 13th. I think that's how deep we are into this right now. So with the quadruple times 10 sequel of LeBron James making a basketball-related decision and change of destination, he has selected, as he is ring chasing, the Philadelphia 76ers. That was Caitlin Clark, a part of All-Star Weekend a little bit earlier today of the Indiana Fever, talking about that decision, as they say, was fluid earlier this afternoon. And how many different pages did LeBron James need on X to tell everybody what he was doing? Like 15 different ones.
John, you're not a fan. I don't see you doing this on Twitter. You're short and sweet with your Twitter posts. LeBron,
I just told Brian to stop blanking a minute ago. Stop griping. I said it in different ways, but
right.
yes, I
LeBron had a couple paragraphs, so he's not. You and him are on two different wavelengths when it comes to that.
Got to explain it all. He is going to the 76ers, and again, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not at all downplaying the fact that if he is going to be the fourth scoring option on that team, they're probably going to be really good, staked out in the Eastern Conference, maybe made some strides. Let's just say this. Maxey is good. When healthy, Embiid is good, although this is not going to be like Embiid versus Miles back in the day, which, if you remember that to be true, was always a nightmarish evening for me. I do kind of miss that a little bit. I miss Miles Turner here, and when Miles Turner had a bad night, you guys would all rip my ass. I didn't even play. I didn't attempt to block a shot. I didn't get 2 rebounds. Close to it, sitting at home. I didn't miss shots. Embiid didn't score 40 on me, but I just got rid. I kind of missed that a little bit. I think we have lost a little bit of the momentum. I think I need something like that. Now, you would say it'd be easy if you jumped into this whole Fever stuff. Some of that is so ridiculously stupid. I just can't do it. But I think I miss it a little bit. Every time he had a bad game, I got blamed. When he had a good game, nobody said anything about it. I miss those days. We're going to have to do that again. The ring chaser, the final time around. I think the Pacers, when he drops in here with Philly, where they play like 3-4 times, right, this season? They're going to give him a rocking chair at his final appearance at the field house. How about just giving him a doorknob, as in don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you? How about that? Just give him a doorknob on his way out.
Actually, John, too, for the NBA Cup, the Sixers and the Pacers are in the same group.
How many times are they going to be playing? Like 90 this year?
It could be like 5.
Gross.
It could be even more than 4. You never know, just based on how it shakes out in the tournament and stuff.
That was Caitlin Clark talking about how she had just tried to recruit LeBron James here. And I lost any enthusiasm of what might be, or the mystery of it, when Tyrese Halliburton had mentioned that he had asked LeBron and tried to recruit him himself here, and LeBron responded with the laughing emoji. Honestly, if I'm looking at anything on the Pacers schedule this year, I want them to kick the absolute crap out of the 76ers. Every single time. Every single time. The laughing emoji. I know I shouldn't get all sensitive and bent out of shape about that, alas I do. The laughing emoji. Is it bad of me to sit here and hope that that whole thing just completely falls apart and gets flushed right down the toilet? Be great. The laughing emoji. IU Butler exhibition, Hinkle Fieldhouse coming up in October. They'll return the favor down in Bloomington the year after. First time for IU and Butler to play in Hinkle. First time the Hoosiers play in Hinkle since, obviously, 1993. I believe our good friend Brian Evans. I have to look back at that box score. They have 20-plus in that game. Brian Evans was so good. But it was not, if you remember, Butler won, not a good day for IU basketball then. Great day for Butler basketball. Obi Toppin is the Brickyard 400 pace car driver. Shout out to Obi for that. And CBS NFL analyst Tony Romo pinched on suspicion of OWI and has a smirk. Is that a smirk or a smile in the mugshot?
I would say smirk.
He's very smirkish and smilish.
It's not quite to the definition of smile, but you're right. It is hovering right there. It's crazy, yeah.
JMV, give LeBron the finger. Nah, doorknob. Just here's a doorknob for you. As in, don't let it hit you with a good Lord split you in that final game here. Right? So true. JMV always managing that load in Indy. The load how much load management? The Sixers will lead the league in load management this year, won't they?
They have to. I like Jaylen Brown and Maxey are guys that play, John, but
yeah.
LeBron and Embiid are not. And that's my thing with this whole thing. Like, I think they're coasting through the regular season.
Michael Hoffman says, JMV, Reddick actually won the first 3 races of the season, which was a record. I have that right here in front of me, too. Daytona, Atlanta, and the Circuit of Americas, or as the late, great Donnie Baker would say, the Circus of Americas. First 3. And then did not win Vegas or Darlington, came back and, no, check that, did not win Phoenix or Vegas, and then came back and won at Darlington. Has since won in Kansas, but I believe 5 on the season so far, including the Daytona 500. It is me, Tyler Reddick, and all of you coming up tomorrow, the Speedway Crawfordsville Road location of Kroger. Outlaw Light Lager. 105 calories in that beer. That is just under the wire, so I can enjoy it. And you should too. Not until 11 coming up tomorrow morning. That is at the Speedway Crawfordsville location, or a road location, I should say, of Kroger. Or as they say where I'm from, Kroger's. We'll be there at Kroger's. One more time, too, yesterday was outstanding. Speedway City Garage. I want to thank everybody that showed up out there. The place was absolutely packed. You know how much I love enthusiastic places. The people we stayed until close because our basketball guys wussed out last night and canceled late. Could you tell Caleb? Caleb plays basketball with us now whenever I play, and you are privy to me and the text threads that they send out. Could you tell that I was very unhappy about that ridiculous decision last night of the massive wuss out?
Yeah, I could tell. You don't hold any words, and yeah, I mean, kind of the way it went down was kind of crappy.
It was weak. Yeah. And let me tell you this. I may be a fan of scented candles, but this fan of scented candles from Penn and Beach that Pat Sullivan brought here a moment ago, this fan knows how to and needs to man up some folks in that text thread. Because there are just a couple in there, Caleb, that are ready, willing, and able to want to wuss out. As soon as something, and I know that Landis is now working at Orange Theory, so he's probably going to break in half next week from that. Everybody, they're just waiting. Well, I don't know now. Oh, you only have 10? Well, really, 5-on-5 only takes 10, numbnuts. That's it. And I'd go 4-on-4. I love 4-on-4. I don't want to go 4-on-4 full court. It's going to make me tired. I was a little upset last night. I was all ready for it. Get going to the weekend, get me set. Going to grill some luscious meats later on tonight at home. Now it's going to be me, carrots, and hummus, thanks to that misadventure last night. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. JMV, no chance Philly wins the title this year. No bench. That is true. Keep in mind, pace of play. The importance that I stress with this Pacer team that maximize their ability to take teams to the brink simply because of their style of play, their brand of basketball. They take advantage of what? Teams with crap water benches. I'm right there with you on that. Embiid will get hurt, and LeBron will never win a title his first year with any team. Now, he's won, we should say, everywhere he's decided to go. So all of these Friday the 13th sequel locations that he has decided upon, he's won, ultimately, but not in the first year. Quick break, we'll come back. Jeff Rabjohns on location. We'll talk about the IU commitment they got at quarterback, one of the best in the country, 4-star guy, too. We'll get into that and how the basketball team is looking as we get closer to the start of the football season. The defending national champion Hoosiers and Jeff Rabjohns, top of the hour. Garth Brooks tickets also coming up. Got a weather forecast ready to rock here, too? Let me know.
We do, and yeah, right here, John. We're good.
And this date in sports history is significant for one of my favorite all-time players who has never decided to be on this show, has never wanted to be on this show, never accepted the invite, the many invites, but he is still one of my all-time favorite players, a significant moment in baseball history for the George Brett. That and more coming up. Quick break. We'll come back to you after this weather update, courtesy of Fox 59.
Forecast for tonight, partly cloudy skies, low around 60, mostly sunny Saturday, seasonable highs in the mid to low 80s, a touch muggier. The same can be said for Sunday, highs around 90 and muggy. I'm Fox 59 meteorologist Ethan Rossick for The Fan.
That's LD Smith Plumbing and Drains to the rescue. Any situation you have plumbing-wise, you have to go with the absolute best. And Lance and his local team at LD Smith Plumbing and Drains at 317-927-7186 is exactly that. Whatever you need, they're on top of it. Whatever happens, they will deal with it. Whether it is an emergency sideswiping, that is like a busted pipe, water where it shouldn't be, or if it's just something as, you need a new garbage compactor or a garbage disposal or anything, you want to move a washing machine from one wall to the other, everything they can manage for you at LD Smith Plumbing and Drains. That's Lance and his local team, the absolute best. Give them a call. Tell them I sent you. 317-927-7186 online, ldsmithplumbing.com. Oh, it's Connecticut Water Systems for you, too. Get that no-cost test today to find out exactly what they can do for you. Yeah, this is not generic stuff here. They're not going to give you that generic equipment, the one-size-fits-all stuff. They're going to take the test of your water after you sign up with them. Get somebody like Joe out there at Connecticut.com to figure out exactly what system best benefits your water system, what is running through your pipes right now, what you're drinking, what you're bathing as a part of, what you're washing your clothes in. Connecticut Water Systems can help. Get that no-cost test. They will assemble equipment that is specific for your needs. But you have to get them out to your place for that test. Absolutely free today. Log on and sign up right now. That's Connecticut.com. This is such a true story. Late summer road readiness is essential because all of a sudden you've gone to your leisure time, and certainly a lot of you probably been to baseball tournaments, basketball tournaments, maybe a summer vacation, but then you're going to slide right back into normalcy, and that is taking kids to school, back from school, to events regarding school. So back to school is not just about the kids, it's about you as well. Maintain that late summer road readiness today with my friend Joe Childers and the 13 Central Indiana Express Pro Tire and Auto locations to serve you. It is essential, really, from tires to brakes to brake pads, fluid exchanges, oil changes, anything mechanically speaking, anything that can hold you back from doing, in terms of normalcy, what you do this time of year. You can make sure that everything is running top-notch thanks to Joe and my friends at Express Pro Tire and Auto. 13 Central Indiana locations, one near you. To check that out and more great deals online, that's expresspro.com. Yeah, welcome back. Jeff Rabjohns coming up at the top of the hour. Garth Brooks tickets. 4 shows in all. Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That is coming up in August. We'll give you a chance at a pair of those. Gene Simmons joins the show from KISS Monday, 4 o'clock. More on that in a second. But from Query & Company, Jake Query is staked out live with us today. Good afternoon, Jake.
John, good afternoon to you. I'll tell you what, this place is awesome. I'm at Shuey's Appliance right up here on 96th Street, right next to Arnie's, and literally everything that you need in your home they have right here at Shoey's. It is a Hoosier family-owned business, 3 generations deep, and that's, just talking to the guys here, one of the things I love is they're like, look, we want people to know when you come in, you're dealing with family. You're not dealing with robots. You're not dealing with offshore. You're dealing with people right here, and that's, John, I know how much that means to you as well, and we have been having a lot of fun here with the Frigidaire induction top pizza. Basically, it is the pizza oven that is the stove, basically as if you are putting it right in there in a brick oven. They have it right there for you. Just $14.99. It is awesome. We've been eating pizza, and we have tickets to give away for the Brickyard 400, but most importantly, want everybody to see everything that they have in terms of every aspect of your home. It's like being in home when you walk into the place, and especially the way they treat you, which I absolutely love. So we'd love to see everybody up here. We're going to be here till 6 o'clock. We're going to do a drawing for Brickyard tickets as well as pit passes before 6 p.m. So on your way home, folks, I know right now if you're driving north, stop by right next to Arnie's on 96th Street. Come in, say hi, register to win, and we'll have some fun. We'll have some pizza while we're doing it all.
Jake, I appreciate you. Query & Company, Jake Query at Shoey's. That's on the north side. Go out there and tell him you heard him here and say hello and hang out. Maybe win those tickets as well. The George Brett 83 moment coming up, and the Hoosier basketball squad in South America coming up, and the Hoosier football program defending a national championship of a year ago coming up. All-star break for the WNBA. LeBron James, a new address, that and more, and Garth Brooks tickets, 5 o'clock hour. Sit tight, hang with us, all that and more coming up. 93.5, 107.5 The Fan. I absolutely have enough in the wing depth category, and I also have enough in the category of what if? What if I needed to sell my home? What if I wanted to buy a new place? What if I needed more property, even more property than I have right now? What if I'm an empty nester and don't need it? All those are great questions, and all can be answered, and then the job executed by the best in realty. Mark Dietel, Realty 317-755-4232. That's markdietel.com, MarkDietel.com today. Mark Dietel's the only real estate expert I trust and recommend with the sale of my home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts you can cancel at any time. It's Mark Dietel Realty. All that and more, he will cover it, and he will make sure you get exactly what you're looking for at 317-755-4232. That's the best in realty. MarkDietel.com, MarkDietel.com today. Hey, John for Big Red Liquors. Big Red Liquors powers the JMV takeover. Tomorrow night, 6 until midnight on B105.7 is going to get you set for a weekend on the west side for the Brickyard with great deals on light beer. Miller Lite, Bud Light. How about Busch Light? How about Coors Light? All the light beers are represented, whatever you want. Those varieties at great deals with Big Red Liquors. 100-plus locations, one near you. It powers the JMV Takeover every Saturday night on B105.7. We'll do that coming up tomorrow night. Absolutely for sure with a whatever weekend on the inbound. And for that location, 100-plus in the state of Indiana, that one nearest you, you can find it online at BigRedLiquors.com.
The Ride with JMV.
If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
So I read this a little bit earlier today. My favorite baseball team sucks beyond words. The Cincinnati Reds, evidently, according to Gordon Whitmire of the Cincinnati Enquirer, Reds president of baseball operations, Nick Kroll, affectionately referenced on this show as Nick the Nerd. Nick the Nerd hopes to, quote, retool for the 2027 season and give manager Terry Francona a more competitive roster than 2026. The implication seems to be a preference for players who have either already reached the majors or are on the cusp of doing so for the first time, with a core like Chase Burns, Hunter Green, who reportedly is being shopped around, Andrew Abbott, Ellie, Sal Stewart. Retooling is the nerd. The nerd has been at this way, way too long. I know Colts fans are saying, yeah, what about Chris Ballard? We've been waiting on this too. There is zero way I would let him make any decisions. Brad Meter too. But they're going to go down this path. You watch them. Going to go down this path again. Retooling is all you need to do. Retooling for 2027. I do love Chase Burns. I've always loved Ellie, and I love Sal Stewart. Retooling is what evidently they're going to try to do. With Nick Kroll, I guess, continuing to run things. Yeah, we shall see. I guess. Jeff Rabjohns, I believe he is in Lima, Peru. Is he not right here? So Caleb is efforting Jeff Rabjohns right now. Have you ever called South America before, Caleb?
No, but he told me he had the international plan for this month, so I'm not sure what the problem is.
The international plan. The international. Now, is it wintertime in Lima, Peru? I believe, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think their side of the hemisphere is tilted away from the sun. Does that sound nerdy enough?
Thank you very much. So they don't have the same weather as Lima, Ohio. Lima, Peru, weather-wise right now. Let's give a quick update. 75 and sunny? That's not bad for Lima, Peru. Yeah, I don't know the level of competition they're playing. That's why we bring on Jeff Rabjohns of Pigs.com, who is staked out in South America, and he's kind of joined us now. What's this competition been like so far from what you've eyeballed, Jeff?
Yeah, it's been lower level competition, and there were some decent.
His international plan just crapped out right there, I think, didn't it?
I
That's
think
okay.
so.
Listen, we'll give it a try, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's not his fault. It's not your fault. It's not the international calling plan's fault. The level of competition is outstanding. JMV, regarding LeBron James going to Philly, their starting five is legit. And that's true. Their starting five is legit. And according to LeBron James, in a lengthy, a War and Peace novel-esque X message earlier today, I am so excited. And to quote the Pointer Sisters, I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think no, not really. I'm so excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time. One last time. Hey, listen, you look at that starting five, Jaylen Brown, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe. That's a good starting five. Again, as I mentioned, I'm not going to downplay whatsoever. I want to, and I would love to. I would love to sit here and cheerlead and downplay LeBron James as the fourth option, if that's how it's going to be, but you can't, because he's still really good, and that will add as long as they complement one another, and more so than anything else, they stay healthy. The 22-time All-Star will turn 42 years of age. I do say that's amazing as hell. $42 coming up this season. 2 years and an $8 million deal with a player option. Now, you guys all giggled when I started to quote the Pointer Sisters right there, or Jesse Spano, either one. Pretty awesome. Hey, JMV, the Reds tickets are dirt cheap. I saved a lot of money to see my Cubs play in Cincinnati. I hope they keep sucking. Well, look who's running the organization. Of course they're going to continue to suck. When has this worked? Right around never. Will this ever work? Absolutely not. Why would you expect it to work? Retooling. I know where they need to have a major they need to take one tool out of it. We shall see what they end up doing. Yeah, I don't know if I buy it or not. JMV and Tyler Reddick. Look what Brad Douglas, this is from my friend Litzy, found. This is, wow. This is Outlaw beer in like a big bucket. Is that a 12-gallon bucket right there? It's a lot. Be a lot of beer rocking, a lot of Outlaw light beer in that bucket right there. Thank you, Litz, for that. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be in Speedway Kroger location on Crawfordsville Road. Me and Tyler Reddick, 5-time winner in NASCAR this season, most notably the winner of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. Me, Tyler Reddick, tomorrow, Speedway location, Crawfordsville Road. That is Kroger with Outlaw Light Lager 9 until 11 tomorrow morning. Meantime, back to Lima, Peru we go on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline from Peaks.com. Jeff Rabjohns rejoins. Are we all good now, Jeff? Jeff disappeared. Caleb, I don't think this is going to work. Now, there he is. Now, are you there, Jeff? All right. I'm going to go ahead and scrub the mission. All right. Tell Jeff thank you very much. I appreciate that. But we are officially scrubbing the Jeff Rabjohns and South American mission right here. We are not going. I know the guys in Predator would be very disappointed at us. We're going to scrub this mission. I don't know what's going on there. Are you trying to get him on his phone or trying to get him on the Zoom link?
Well, we tried the phone first.
Yeah.
And then we tried a different setup we have back here. But something's going on with the connection down in Peru.
I really wanted to yell at him and yell get to the choppers or something like that and see if he got my reference. Although I know that didn't take place in Peru. But if you've seen the 87 awesomeness that is Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jesse the Body Ventura in Predator, get to the choppers. I really wanted that. Yeah. Retool with the Reds. That is absolutely fascinating stuff right there, is it not? By the way, the Reds later on tonight, the Reds and the Cardinals over in St. Louis. The Reds seem like they've been on the road absolutely forever. Reds and Cardinals coming up later on tonight, Busch Stadium in St. Louis. That's an 8:15 start. White Sox, by the way, the White Sox, if there is one team that you could look as regional interest, 54-47 at home against the Astros tonight, 7:40 at Rate Field on Chicago's South Side. Northsiders, the Cubs and the Pirates later on tonight from Pittsburgh, 6:40. That game is underway. One game already underway. The Rockies 3, Brewers 1, top of the fourth inning from Milwaukee this afternoon. The big news in sports today is that of LeBron James. LeBron James making the decision, the sequel. LeBron James is going to the Philadelphia 76ers. And they do. No matter what you want to say, no matter what we can talk about, it makes them incredibly formidable. When you think about this from a couple of different angles, and I know how things ended for Jaylen Brown in Boston, but you know that he's going to be re-energized and he's going to want to prove a lot wrong. He's one of the better players of the NBA. That was going to be difficult anyway. Now, Boston, in the fashion in which they let him go and Brad Stevens did, you could understand that there was just stuff that they were sick of dealing with there. And they also wanted to get a little bit more youthful. So that's their compromise that they made with Jaylen Brown. But he'll be good in Philly. If Joel Embiid stays healthy, he is always really good. LeBron James will probably be around the fourth option right there with Tyrese Maxey as an up-and-comer. That is a really good, and VJ Edgecombe too, a really good starting lineup. And what you're going to have to play off of is obvious here, and that is, work on that bench. Work on that bench, and I say this all the time, and it's never lost on me with the Pacers. Their greatest edge/attribute would be that of working the other team with pace and depth. That absolutely has to be the case. No way around it. Has to be the case this season. Hey, tell Jeff, no problem whatsoever. I completely understand that. If that wasn't going to happen, that wasn't going to happen. We'll get Jeff back on when he gets back here to the homeland here relatively soon. All right, 239-1070. Backup plan for Jeff Rabjohns. We'll go to our good friend Josh. Hello, Josh.
Hi, how you doing?
Buddy, are you going to call me tomorrow night?
Yeah.
That's well done. You know what weekend it is on B105.7, don't you, Josh?
Yeah, whatever weekend.
You love those whatever weekends because you turn me loose every Saturday night on those.
Yeah, I also like the all-80s weekend.
Yeah. Well, you are a fantastic caller every Saturday. Josh, thank you.
Thank you.
What do you got, buddy?
I'm so excited about the Brickyard this weekend.
What are you most excited about, pal?
That's in Indy. No, I remember the first one in '94.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, and they. By the way, speaking of that went with Jeff Gordon. They have the celebration of Jeff Gordon over at the Speedway Museum, and I saw he and his son Leo do a walkthrough of that yesterday, and you could tell that hit some emotional notes for him. That was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Josh, what else you got, pal?
Not much.
All right, well, I'll talk to you coming up on Saturday night, okay, buddy?
Okay, bye.
I like Josh, man. Just gets right to it. Jim McCann tells me, by the way, here's the price tag. 30 cans of Outlaw Light Lager. 30 cans, $19.99. Now, the one thing I don't does Outlaw come in bottles? I like my beer in bottles. I'll have to check on that. But yeah, 30 cans. I said that earlier. That is a great price. 30 cans, $19.99. That shall get us all there. Respectively speaking, will get us all there. JMV, this is Tim from Whitestown. LeBron is still an amazing fourth option. Listen, he is an amazing fourth option. I'm not going to overlook that whatsoever. I do have, and this remains to be my point, is I still have an amazing amount of confidence in what the Pacers are going to be able to do. But that is going to help out Philly. Yeah, 42 coming up this season or not. So, JMV, I watched the IU game last night. I realized the level of competition is inferior to what and it is basketball-wise, the Virgin Islands or that Peru team. Listen, it just like they wrangled dudes that look like off the loading dock and stuff. I don't know where they got them, but it is incredibly low-level competition. But to play, to be on the road with one another, to work that cohesion, it's beneficial. Don't get me wrong. John continues, this team looks like that they have a lot of fun playing together and want to play hard. They look confident, shooting the ball, something they have been missing. Yeah, there is a lot that has been missing, especially in that category. But this does a great thing, and coaches will tell you the same. It does a great thing to build that team camaraderie. And when you're thinking about it nowadays with NIL, that's the other avenue that you have to navigate on this is you got players that are getting paid different levels of NIL money, and that can lead to dissension. So team building, roster building, that camaraderie, and selecting the right players with that in mind as well. It is an art form. And Kurt Signetti has that down, at least the last 2 years from what we've seen, has that down to an absolute science. Outlaw beer update. 30-pack at Kroger's, $13.99. Everybody at Paradise Day Watson this weekend is going to be drinking a load of Outlaw Light Lager.
I did perk up at that, John, when you just said that.
I will bring it home, pal. I am bringing it home. For real. JMV, I know how you could get George Brett on the show. Just tell him you have a canister of pine tar. So this date in 1983, what would that be, 43 years ago? 43 years ago is significant. Now, a little background from me. I was a tremendous George Brett fan. And it wasn't just jumping on a bandwagon. I just liked the way that he swung it. He was just a classic hitter. And this goes back to the late 70s, all those matchups in the American League, especially in the postseason that he had with the Yankees. His track down, or at least trying to track down, he hit 390 in 1980. Eventually, his team, the Royals, lost to the Phillies in the World Series that season. But just a legendary season for George Brett at the plate. 390. It was a chase throughout the campaign of 400, which is legendary. And he ultimately hit 390. And then they broke through in 1985, and what made that even sweeter is their beatdown of the St. Louis Cardinals, which should make really everybody happy, in 1985. He had batting titles in 3 different decades, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Just one of the greatest all-time to ever play. And as I grew up, he was one of my favorite players. Big fan of the Big Red Machine, Pete Rose, Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, Tony Perez, all the above. Eric Davis in the 80s, but George Brett was always right there for me. He held a hitting camp in Braggadocio, Missouri. Braggadocio, Missouri is in the tip, or the nip, if you will, of Missouri. And I saw that in a baseball magazine back, I think, 1980, 81, something like that. He held a hitting camp. And the guy that really gave him what he needed from a coaching angle in the form of hitting was a guy by the name of Charlie Lau. Charlie Lau was one of the greatest all-time hitting coaches in baseball history. And Charlie Lau was also a focus on a 1982 film. If you remember, Matthew Broderick was in it, and he was teaching Matthew Broderick how to hit a baseball. Charlie Lau. And all that kind of played a role in my interest in George Brett. But maybe one of the biggest moments of all time for George Brett on this date, 43 years ago, Billy Martin realized after a home run that there may have been too much pine tar on Brett's bat.
Now they're going to measure it across home plate.
Well, I've never seen this.
I never have either.
I don't know what they're measuring. They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, the Yankees win it. He's out.
Yes, sir.
Brett is out. Look at this. Brett is out. And
he's steaming mad.
He is out and having to be forcibly restrained from hitting plate umpire Tim McClellan. And the Yankees have won the ball game 4-3. Brett is called out for using an illegal bat or with the illegal substance on the bat.
Yeah, pine tar went up, and they met. Tim McClellan was the home plate umpire, as you heard right there. I think that was the Yankee television network back then. I don't know if that was Bobby Mercer or not. I had to look back on it, but it was the Yankee television network. But they measured it on home plate, and you could tell this was something years later we found out that Billy Martin was kind of just playing that. You knew, and he was just waiting for an opportunity to take advantage. And he did right there. But that one of the classic moments on this date in baseball history, 1983, after a home run, the pine tar episode. The film, by the way, and Nick brought this up, I believe it was called Max Dugan Returns, or The Return of Max Dugan. Marcia Mason, Jason Robards, I think Kiefer Sutherland had a role, 82 or 83, but Matthew Broderick, which I want to say was his first role in acting, and Charlie Lau was the guy that taught him how to hit. And he was the one that also dramatically changed the hitting for the better of George Brett. Charlie Lau back in the day. The pine tar incident, this date in 1983. Jake Query right now of Query & Company is on the north side with us today, hanging out with folks. Hello, Jake.
John, how much chaw in that pine tar video where Brett comes storming out of the dugout? Did he have the entire pouch in his mouth and his cheek? Or
he
just
always
like
did.
Was that big league chew? Like, I mean, that was.
Do you remember when when they used to have like the Levi Garrett and the beech nut went all that stuff,
yeah.
and those were just huge chaws. I was always frowned upon where I grew up, Jake, because I did not partake in the chewing of tobacco.
Yeah, that was a rite of passage in your upbringing,
Oh,
right?
well, it's funny. Even if you did chew tobacco, if you chewed the brand name Hawken, you were described as a wussy.
Well, that was basically like the big league chew of dip, was it not?
Yeah, it was like the big. Yeah, if I'm chewing Hawken, Hawken was like, yeah, but it's still. You could tell those chewers back then because if they did Skull or, the Skull Bandits, or it left that ring in your back pocket.
Speaking of back pockets, didn't George Brett have a problem at one point? Didn't he miss some games due to some issues?
Yeah, he had. He had hemorrhoids.
Yeah, I remember that. Was that I can't remember. That was the mid '80s or late '80s. He was a great player, no question.
Yeah,
about
he
it.
had. I want to say that may have been. Was it not during the 1980 season when he was trying to track
that might be
down
right.
400? Yeah, he had missed time because of hemorrhoids.
394 with a month left. He was at the IndyCar race in Kansas a number of years ago, and in the pre-race, I was not part of that broadcast, but they asked him what he was most enjoying, and he said the complimentary tequila. he was tying one on, was George Brett. But I'll tell you what, when it comes to racing and all of those things, John, we're up here at Shoey's Appliance, the new showroom. It is state-of-the-art, and they have everything for your home right here at 96th Street, right next to Arnie's. They just opened up, and they've been around Indiana for a long time, half century's worth in Indiana, and a Hoosier-owned family business. That is the key here. But they have everything for your home, and it is awesome. Been in here hanging out and eating some pizza that we've had from the Frigidaire Induction Top Pizza Oven. That is just $14.99. You can literally, in under 3 minutes, you can have a brick oven pizza right there in your kitchen. But, John, we are giving away tickets for the Brickyard 400. We are up here until 6 o'clock. So those folks that are driving north right now, 96th Street, right on the north side of the street, right next to Arnie's. But even if you don't have time to get up here today, they are open 9 to 6 throughout the week and 9 to 3 on Saturdays. And whatever it is for your home in terms of appliances, you're going to love Shoey's, and you're going to love the family-owned and family feel of all of it when you come in here. It is an awesome place, and it's been fun hanging out with everybody here today.
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys sounded great. You got the message out. I'm always looking for a great appliance place, too. That sounds like one that should be on the top of everybody's list, Jake.
No question. It started right over basically near Greencastle. So one that's, again, 50 years ago, been in Fort Wayne, and now here on the north side of Indy. So Hoosier through and through. And, John, I know how much you love that, as do I.
All right. The Skull Bandit was driven by, remember back in the day.
I remember the Skull Bandit from the IndyCar standpoint being driven by Teo Fabi because they handed out samples of it, and I thought I was chewing bubble gum. And my dad was like, what in the world are you doing? But I was only 10. From the Cup side, everybody probably drove a Skull car at some point, right?
Well, I'm sure. Like Cale Yarborough is the guy that I think that did that. But I think somebody had the Levi Garrett. There was a Levi Garrett car back in the day too, was there not? There was all of them, I think.
You think there was a Hawken car?
There was no Hawken. I don't think they went as low as Hawken.
Was it allowed to qualify?
Do you think Teo Fabi ever? He's Italian, right? Teo Fabi ever
that is
chewed
correct, yes.
a Skull Bandit? Think he ever did it?
No. Matter of fact, I'm not. In those days, green was bad luck in a race car, and I guess that green for the bad luck would have been more on the Hawken can, not the Skull Bandit can, because he went on the pole. But yes, I would imagine that Teo probably did not indulge.
Did you ever fake chewing tobacco back in the day because you didn't want to by putting raisins in your mouth and spitting?
Yeah, I will say that the first time that I ever tried it, which was close to the last time I ever tried it, I wondered why suddenly everything was spinning, and I thought I was going to hurl. Hawken is exactly what I was doing after trying it. That's the easiest way to say it.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, pal, I appreciate you this afternoon. Well done.
All right, Shoey's up here, 96th Street. We'd love to see everybody.
Jake Query of Query & Company right there. My apologies because we could not work out anything with Jeff Rabjohns down in Lima, Peru in South America. We'll get him on coming up next week, but my apologies to Jeff on that. Pat Sullivan a little bit earlier. We talked to Pat and Joe Broncella, who is the CG, Center Grove Athletic Director, with what they're coming out with, the celebration of 30 years of the MIC. And I did want to make sure that whatever school would like to get a rep on to talk about this particular project, you're more than welcome to join the show. Pretty cool thing that they have put together right there. And Joe was the first to join us on the show. Gene Simmons is coming to the State Fair. Yeah, Gene Simmons of Kiss fame, but also, if you remember, Gene Simmons that coined the IndyCar song I Am Indy back in the day. Gene Simmons joins the show coming up on Monday. Yeah, busy week next week as well. I'll explain. A busy day tomorrow. I also will remind you of that. A couple of different stops in Speedway. I'll explain. That's coming up on the other side. 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Hang tight. Hey, John here for Sundown Gardens, Miss M's Home and Garden. That's Westfield and Bargersville, respectively, meaning no matter where you are, you're going to be covered with landscaping and home-looking greatness. Curb appeal is going to be found at both locations. So here's what I want you to do. Save and save big. Add color to your yard with 50% off of annuals. 50% off of annuals, and go big with 20 to 40% off container trees and shrubs, and 20% off perennials too. If you want to create that dream outdoor living space, how about pottery, fountains, and in-stock patio furniture right now at both locations, 30% off. The gift shop is robust at both Sundown and Miss M's. You can save up to 50% off select gifts now through the end of the month. Stop by today. Sundown Gardens in Westfield, 186th Street and Spring Mill Road, and Miss M's Home and Garden, State Road 135, just south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville. Yeah, the District Tap's got two locations, north side, downtown Indy. So when you go to an event at the Field House or really anywhere downtown, I've said this before, Michael has put together such a great spot where you are in a centralized location. So, for example, you can go be entertained with damn good food, happy hour specials, TVs everywhere. But whatever your destination is downtown, it is within walking distance of the District Tap downtown. Perfect location to, well, do anything you want downtown. The District Tap. Plus, if you don't want to mess with downtown, Clearwater Crossing on the north side, ask for Sammy, the bartender, the server, and the damn good food. The happy hour specials, the TVs everywhere. If baseball is your choice, every baseball game is going to be on. You can watch that. You know, maybe it's the WNBA All-Star weekend of the skills competition later on tonight. They have you covered. The District Tap, north side, Clearwater Crossing, and in downtown Indy. Also, we'll entertain with live music this weekend, too. To find out more online, thedistricttab.com.
The Ride with JMV.
Well, not really. I felt it on my leg. Come on, I don't want to see it.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Caleb's there. I'm John right here. Thank you for joining us at whatever weekends on B105.7. So, as we always do, we're going to have incredible amounts of fun coming up tomorrow night, 6 until midnight on B105.7. Beyond the Bricks and Colts. Last word. I always get that mixed up with happy hour. The Colts' last word coming up tonight. 6 and around 6:30, respectively, coming at you here on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Caleb Zuber, he's there. I'm John right here, and Jerry is at 239-1070. Jerry, welcome to the show.
Thanks, John. How you doing today?
Great, Jerry. Go ahead.
Hey. All the talk is going to come out about how LeBron James is probably the greatest basketball player of all time, but I have a different opinion on that.
Sure.
I think he's the greatest assembler of people to get to win a championship, where Michael Jordan pretty much did it on his own, sans Scottie Pippen.
Well, I do side with you, and I always will, with Jordan. There was just nothing like him or nothing like that, and plus the time was massively different in what you were allowed to do. And I'm not taking anything away from LeBron, because he's right there too. And this guy's still doing it at that level at going to be 42 is absolutely incredible to me. But there's never, ever anybody to me like Jordan. And I'm not trying to be, the so-called hater on LeBron James, but there was just never, ever going to be anybody like that to me, that Michael Jordan was.
No, I have no ill will about LeBron James. Yeah. I mean, when growing up, I hated Michael Jordan because he always beat every team that I was rooting for.
Sure.
But he was always the guy that could put everything on his shoulders and go win it. And I've never seen LeBron do anything like that. He's always navigated himself into a position where he has great players around him.
Well,
I know
going to 42, that's something. This is new territory for me, watching some dude like this play at this level of 42. That's nuts.
It is. He's absolutely a phenomenon and a stellar athlete. He's the what I was going to say is, back when Jordan was playing, free agency was free agency. What isn't what it is right now.
Sure.
And they couldn't put together any packages like LeBron did. But I think that's what separates the two, is that Jordan didn't have to go get people. I think LeBron did. He's still great. No, I got no ill will about him. I think he's great. But I think he's top 5. I don't think he's even top 2, to tell you the truth. He's got from a longevity standpoint, I mean, there's nobody comparing to him.
Yeah, and Jerry, thank you for the call. I will always slot him behind Jordan. And again, not because I dislike him. It's just because that's just how I felt about Jordan. But that takes nothing away from him at all. And I recognize that we would have to have a massive, and I mean a lengthy debate on where we are right now compared to where Jordan was back then. And frankly, I don't want to do that. This is just an opinion on having watched both. Is that Jordan, to me, was more transformational everywhere. Now, it doesn't mean that had LeBron James been earlier that he couldn't have done that. And again, his longevity absolutely makes you rethink everything, because he says this is going to be his last go-around. He doesn't look like it's ready to be his last go-around. It is amazing to me. But just the transformational of everything around him and Jordan is just always going to sit differently for me. And I don't know if sometimes I don't view LeBron James as maybe within that train of thought or that logic, kind of being, a victim of not being older or of a different age, a different era. Maybe so. But I will always certainly view it that way. Always have and always will. And it really makes no difference at all to, what happened today. I don't care. Where he ends up. Philadelphia, Miami, Cleveland, Golden State, Minnesota. It was all cool to me. Now, the one thing I didn't like, and I make light of this, is the whole laughing emoji when it comes to the Pacers. Yeah, other than that, I don't care too much. JMV, the Skull Bandit in NASCAR was driven by Harry Gant. Harry Gant. And the car was, I did not know this. Let's see, thank you for the old school NASCAR knowledge. And that was, livery-wise in NASCAR, that was one of our all-time favorites right there. That team was owned by the late, great actor Burt Reynolds. I had no idea. Let's see. Bringing the thunder of information right there. JMV, some crazy hot takes. The whole LeBron argument is based on how he could do so much without anyone around him, especially in Cleveland. That's not my argument necessarily. I just think that one's more transformational than the other. And I mean all the way around. Here's Nick in here. Eric Gant drove the Skull Bandit to a record 4 wins in a row in the early 1990s and still stands today. JMV, maybe you can get a replacement microwave for your mom at the appliance store where Jake is right now. Maybe I could. I have not. I feel bad about it. I haven't talked to G yet today. Normally she gives me that 6:45 wake-up call. That did not happen earlier today for me. JMV, the pine tar made me think of corked bats. I can't remember, but I was pretty sure there were plenty of corked bat incidents. Oh, and by the way, too, Nick chimes in, and this makes a lot of sense. The Harry Gant skull car that was owned by Burt Reynolds, co-owned by director Hal Needham. Hal Needham directed Burt Reynolds in Smoking the Bandit, in Hooper, and I believe also in Cannonball Run, too, right? Well done with the Hal Needham reference. Hal Needham was a stuntman in Hollywood prior to becoming a director. If you love Smoking the Bandit, the directorial work was done back in 1977 by one Hal Needham. It's well done out of you guys coming up with that thought process. IU Butler exhibition, Hinkle Fieldhouse, that was announced. They're going to do a home and home, if you will. One at Hinkle coming up in October, the other coming up next year down in Bloomington. And as I mentioned also, LeBron James signing his final go-around, a deal with the Philadelphia 76ers a little bit earlier today. Hey, this quick reminder before I hit a break, Big League Barbers, the official haircut of the JMV Takeover, grand reopening tomorrow. That is in Noblesville. The Noblesville location coming up tomorrow. BigLeagueIndy.com. Get your appointment made. Great deals on haircuts. They're going to have free food, stuff to give away. It is a grand reopening. Their Noblesville location on Monday Drive in Noblesville coming up tomorrow. Big League Barbers, the official haircut of the JMV Takeover. That is the Noblesville location tomorrow for the re-grand opening. Tell Jeff and Lindsay and Heather and the gang up there I said hello, and let me know how that goes, too. Re-grand opening tomorrow in Noblesville. Big League Barbers. That is the official haircut of the JMV Takeover. BigLeagueIndy.com. If you want to go ahead and get online and make an appointment, walk-ups are awesome, too. Just make sure you tell them that we sent you. Noblesville tomorrow with Big League Barbers. Quick break. We'll come back for a final time. We have got your chance at Garth Brooks tickets coming up on the other side, so you guys sit tight for that. Text line usage on the inbound for a final time this week with 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Hey, it's Shot here for Andy Moore, Buick GMC, 131st State Road 37. Yeah, in Fishers. That is in Fishers, and he is my friend Eric Wilson. I mentioned this, too, because maybe you've gone through the summer and you've come to this realization. You need a new set of wheels and a new ride, and the hottest automaker out there right now is Buick. The Buick Enclave, the SUV in many different styles, and one that ultimately will suit you and your family and your bank account as well. You're going to find it with all the bells and whistles or something that will suit you and your family. That is the Buick Enclave. They have that in inventory ready to roll off right now. The service after the sale and those incentives to buy are unmatched, all at one place. That's my friend Eric Wilson. Tell Eric that I sent you today and get that new set of wheels at Andy Moore Buick GMC, 131st State Road 37 in Fishers.
Hey there, Jake Query at Shoey's Appliance in the new showroom up here on 96th Street right next to Arnie's. It is awesome. Folks, let me tell you something. If you take pride in your home, if you love where you live, and you know I do in Indiana, that means that I love an Indiana family-owned business. That's what you get with Shoey's. And no matter what your need when it comes to your home, they've got it, the appliances right here at Shoey's on 96th Street. For example, the Frigidaire induction top pizza oven. Yes, indeed. That is just like a brick oven right there in your kitchen, just $14.99. But they have everything, whether you want a heated bathtub, whether it's, you know, maybe the toilet bidet combo you're looking for, or anything within your home, then Shoey's has it right here. And again, the best thing about it, family-owned business, treating you like family every single time you come in, and customer service exactly as you are looking for. Shoey's right here on 96th Street, Monday through Friday, 9 until 6, Saturdays, 9 until 3. Whatever your home needs, stop by and check them out. Shoey's on 96, right next to Arnie's. Going to be here for another 15 minutes or so, handing out some tickets for the Brickyard 400. Would love to see everybody, but whatever your appliance needs are, be sure to stop by the brand new and spectacular showroom on 96th.
That is Love Heating and Air, Ohio dealer with John and Chris Love at 317-353-2141. Most importantly, when you dial that number, Kendra will answer. And if you've been thinking about making sure your system is cooling the way that it should, now's a tremendous time, because if you notice at the end of this weekend and early next week, we are going back up into the hot and humid 90s once again. Hey, make sure your system is still doing what it should with a call at 317-353-2141 to Love Heating and Air, Ohio dealer. They'll give you a system checkup, and if you need a repair, mention my name. They're going to take $144 off the service fee for you. $144 in savings for any repair, thanks to Love Heating and Air, Ohio dealer. 317-353-2141. That's online, love-hvac.com today.
forecast for tonight, partly cloudy skies, low around 60, mostly sunny Saturday, seasonable highs in the mid to low 80s, a touch muggier. The same can be said for Sunday, highs around 90 and muggy. I'm Fox 59 meteorologist Ethan Rossick for The Fan.
The Ride with JMV.
Drivers, start your engines.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
All right, Garth Brooks tickets. You want to go number 60 on the text line? Let's see the activity right here. Caleb is going to track you down number 60, Garth Brooks. 4 shows coming up in August at Cambridge Fieldhouse. We're going to go with number 60 at 317-239-1070 right now. Number 60, and I got to see this thing working. I got to see it moving. Garth Brooks tickets, 317-239-1070. 1070, number 60 is going to be a winner. Is it moving quick enough right here, Caleb?
Dude, it is jumping.
The thing is going right now.
A lot of people want to see Garth Brooks. So, yeah.
Garth Brooks tickets. Don't even have to buy them if you want them right here. That seems like a terrific date night. 4 shows for Garth Brooks at Cambridge Fieldhouse. Now it's moving. Stay at it.
To all the people who are trying to call in, that is not the way you win these tickets, by the way.
They are trying to call in right now, aren't they?
I'm not going to answer those calls, and I will just say it on the air. You got a text.
I should mention this as well. This is going to be a conversation, and I don't know how much knowledge you would have had in this with Jeff Rabjohns of Peaks.com, but Tyrone Burris, the former Warren Central player, defensive lineman, was reportedly arrested on Thursday in Bloomington and charged with domestic battery. He's since been released, a domestic violence Class A misdemeanor, as what has been stated. And a quote from IU Athletics: "We're aware of the situation. We will continue to gather facts, cooperate with and monitor the legal process to take further action as the evolving situation warrants." I believe Burris, Richard Freshman, defensive lineman, down in Bloomington. That news within the last hour, his afternoon arrest, and then, as I think one report has it right now, his ultimate release. So that is something we will follow, certainly, over the course of the weekend right there. And we'll get Jeff Rabjohns back on later on this week. So, Caleb, what do you think? First time in here today. You all right? You look like you're a nervous wreck over there. I don't know why, but, yeah, you look like it.
Well, you told me not to be nervous, and
there's no reason to be nervous. None.
Yeah, listen, a lot of fun. Look forward to doing this a few more times, huh?
Yes.
You cool with that?
Yes, I think you should. Absolutely. Well, great job out of you today. Now, you have no responsibilities this weekend other than showing up on Sunday morning, correct? That's it.
Well, I told you the status of that is a little.
Are you iffy for Sunday morning?
Yeah,
you may cost us a run. Because we've got to. They've always got these whiners. All have to have like 12 or 13. You can't play.
Just know I didn't cost the run last night.
Oh, no,
that was not me. I was in. I had my stuff packed and ready to go.
I believe that was Landis and Cliffy that hosted us last night, wasn't it? Way to go, guys. Yes. Our most infamous duo, Landis and Cliffy.
And now
I think they both went to Orange Theory and worked out together.
Oh, gosh.
I'm just making that up. They didn't.
Well, now we know, thanks to our conversation earlier with the Center Grove athletic director, we're being watched at all times.
I love that on
video.
video. You got to go find that out. I wonder how many times they have me like just unloading F-bombs in there.
Which is a lot of film of that.
Often. Good job today, man.
Appreciate you, man.
That's Caleb Zuver, everybody, right there is going to get a winner for the Garth Brooks tickets. Thank you, guys. This week has been outstanding. One more time, Jeff and the gang at Speedway City Garage yesterday. I'm going to slide in there before my live shows out at the Speedway tomorrow. It is a destination on Main Street in Speedway, the Speedway City Garage. Coffee and beer, great food, great atmosphere. Outlaw Light Beer, me at Kroger, Crawfordsville Road, 9 until 11 tomorrow morning, along with NASCAR's Tyler Reddick. I'll see you there coming up tomorrow morning, 9 until 11, the Kroger, Crawfordsville Road in Speedway with 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.